it's over. Do you need anything like I need you? I've got no place to be alone, my friend. He cut his wrist instead. There's your answer. You better save yourself, or else nothing like success. I would rather be in hell than regret. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? No, I do. Denial. These are not my words. Tell me where are mine? Most of the time, wet my face with reality and permit me to breathe before I do it again. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you?
Yo, 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 yo! What up? just wanna change the world.
I just want the perfect girl.
Let's go.
I don't wanna hang
Round, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder.
My pleasure.
Together, everyone's waiting, anticipating. What's up, people? How we doing? I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Dude, what's
I just
up?
wanna change the world, but
I'm not gonna wait my turn.
I don't ever want to come down.
I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder. My pleasure. Together, everyone's waiting, anticipating. Dude, the Epstein Ballroom, coming to you live from Washington, D.C. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Come on. Whoa. Let's go! No, 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 no! Yeah! Yo, I can't pretend. No, 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 no. Oh, no, it never ends. It's about you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Whoa! Dude, how are we doing? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Dude, let's go! Dude, this dude does go hard. Oh! Dude, we go hard, baby. Dude, let's go. Dude, one more. We're gonna listen to a minute or two of the song Red, because I like this one. Right? You're in Alexandria, Virginia? All right. Dude, you gotta vote. Get out there and vote. Spanberger. Dude, you gotta, dude, that Winsome Searle woman is fucking creepy, bro. Red, red, who's your lover now? Red, red, who's it all about? Let's go. Dude, what is it? It's Tuesday. It was Jenny's birthday today. Let's go. Dude, Luke, let's go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate you, brother. I'm broken and I don't feel the same. Red, who's your lover now? Red, who's it all about? Me, I grew. Dude, thank you, Bypress. You are awesome and what you do matters. Thank you, I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, brother. Or sister. Ooh, if I do. Thank you, Luke. Take care. I'm having a rough week. I feel you, boss. Anything that you would have said, but no, you chose to be red when you could be them. Guitar solo. Whoa. Let's go. Church of Satan's giving out food? All right. Dude, I'm into it. Let's go. All right. Now we're gonna break it down. Dude, Trumpy. So it is my understanding, guys, right? Let me address the stream thing. It is my understanding that no, as of now, there's nothing we can do to get rid of those @ symbols. Right? They have designed the stream without names. I don't know why they did that. You know what I'm saying? It's like the weirdest shit, the weirdest edition. But as of right now, I have not been able to find anything that we can do about it. So as of now, we're stuck with this fucking, you know what I'm saying? Dude, other streams are not like that. See, that's weird, right? That's weird. That, like, why you're saying it's not on other channels, but it is on some, right? Yeah. I don't, I've not seen it, right? And it's also possible, you know what it is, guys? It's entirely possible that they've been rolling it out on some. Dude, thank you, Luke. Luke says, take care, everyone. I'm Luke from Washington. Thank you, boss. Appreciate you, brother. It is possible that they're rolling it out on some channels. I mean, YouTube does that because they roll it out and they see the reaction. My thing is this. If you don't like it, right? If you don't like it, make sure you respond. Like, give YouTube some feedback and let them know you don't like it, because I think they just need to hear about it, right? And if they hear about it from enough people, I'm sure they will take it into consideration, right? How do you, I mean, there should be, normally there's a thing where you're allowed to leave feedback, right? If you Google, like, how to contact YouTube, how to leave feedback, you Google that and you'll be able to find it. You do it from inside your YouTube account when you're logged in, and you can leave them feedback and just say, you know, this new feature, I just don't like it. They're just trying to track us like social media. Yeah. So the thing about it though is I don't know that it's a tracking thing, because they have your handle anyway. It's like they have no problem tracking you. I think it's their idea behind it, from what I read, was they wanted to make it easier for people in chat to communicate with other people in chat, to be able to find your channel. That was the idea behind it. is making it so if you're talking to someone in chat and you want to find that person's YouTube channel, you can easily do it, right? So, I mean, because they, like YouTube, dude, YouTube's already got you in the bag. You know what I'm saying? I mean, YouTube is listening to they're listening to you through your phone, right? They have all your photos. I mean, you're in the bag with YouTube, dude. They are cross-pollinated with everything you use on Google and the internet. And if you're logged in through Facebook, like, trust me, YouTube already knows everything. They know your favorite adult sites, even if you're watching them in incognito browsers. Trust me, bro. They know it all. I know you know, YouTube. I know you're listening right now. YouTube, I know you know what I like. Dude, let's go. Oh, shit. But let's go, let's go, let's go. They know. Here's to you, YouTube. Here's to you, buddy. Oh. The algorithm has been delting a lot of the links I post of your vids into other comments. What's the algorithm been doing? It's been putting the links for the vids you post of mine in your other comments. So let's go. Same search every night. See, I like to mix it up, guys. I'm a mix it up kind of guy. Dude, the hair's looking good tonight. Let's go, dude. Dude, I'm loving the hat-free streams. It's weird, dude. Because I've been enjoying my sort of like long surfer hair a lot, like off stream, and then we'd always done the hat, but now I'm enjoying bringing the hair into the stream, dude. It's nice. Dude, let's go. You've noticed a lot more rank wing commercials? Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of that too. Like, people have been saying they watch my stream and see ice commercials and shit. You hit the lottery. You found your snap card with 1440. Let's go. Let's go. Dye my hair pink. No, I'm not going to be dyeing my hair pink. Right? Oh, shit. All right, let's do dance goal. Let's get it going. All right, there we go. We'll do 45 minutes. Let's go. Dance party goal. There it is. Light blue or higher. Make sure to hit the like button. Let's go. Dude, yikes. All right, so Joe, I appreciate you, but we're just gonna go ahead and remove that. Right? I'm glad we understand where you're coming from, but we're gonna take that one to the YouTube grave with us. All right. We're gonna pull that one out. Gotta keep it somewhat, like, don't want to get bounced here. Yeah, that was crazy. You like me without the hat? Dude, I like me without the hat too. I prefer not having the hat. But I like hats too, dude, with long hair. Dude, Jake, let's go, baby. The watch bar kicking us off. Oh, that little Elon love. So, dude, we have some fun tonight. We're gonna do a little bit of fun, boss. All right. So here's what we're looking at. We're looking at a couple of things. One, dude, Candace Owens is back. Oh shit. And she's going to town on this Mike McCoy guy, and she's going to town on TPUSA. So we're going to watch a little bit of candy, because, dude, I can't get enough of her attacking TPUSA. Dude, I can't. And in fact, guys, I feel like it's working. The MAGA civil war and people's responding to, like, this information about TPUSA. Dude, let's go, dude. Pinky with the gifted. Because, yes, Club America, guys. Okay? And you may say, what is Club America? Can I just tell you? So TPUSA has inked a deal with who else but Ron DeSantis. Okay? Ron DeSatan, whose wife, Casey DeSantis, is under investigation. Can I just say, Dude, let's go, Sam. Thank you, boss, for the schneeze. All right. So Ron DeSantis and his criminal wife, who is under investigation, have partnered with TPUSA to put a TPUSA inside every high school in Florida. Yes, they are putting a groomer organization inside every high school in Florida. But you ready? They've rebranded. They're calling it Club America. They are not calling it TPUSA, guys. They're calling it Club America, okay? They are already rebranding because I believe a lot of this has to do with the shit that Candace Owens is doing and some of these other people that are like shining a light on TPUSA, right? And so TPUSA is sort of carrying this kind of like toxicity with it that they're not able to shake. The Netanyahu stuff, the you know, attacks on Charlie Kirk, the financial improprieties, and now, okay, now they are rebranding it to Club America. Yes, Club America, right? Club America, right? Oh yeah, dude, isn't that wild? So I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. You ready? So Florida was already a lost cause. Okay? Dude, Florida's a lost cause. They're kind of fucked. They are. They're run by criminal, like Ron DeSantis and his wife they're crooks. They are. They're crooks. They're manipulators. They're liars. They've abused the power of the state government. They're, you know, white supremacy and you know, MAGA shit values in all the schools. They're complete groomers and indoctrinators. The only thing that's going to happen with Florida, here's what's going to happen with Florida. I'm calling it out right now. Dude, Pinky Parker, let's go. Oh, okay. So what's going to happen with Florida, guys, is going to be the crash, okay? The crash is coming. I mean, they have a fiscal crisis looming, specifically with housing insurance rates and with the number of workers that can work the jobs because they have too many old people there, too many retirees. So what's going to happen is a couple of things are going to happen. One, there's going to be like a decade of old people who die off, okay? And two, there's going to be a housing crash there that's going to, I think, is going to be precipitated by natural disasters and climate change. And then eventually a bunch of people are going to leave and it's going to cause the housing values to plummet. Okay. And once that like worker shortage and the housing crash hits Florida and they just get like kicked in the teeth financially, I think what'll happen is there will be a chance for a rebirth, like a blue Florida. It will come out of this. That's my guess. I mean, that's usually what happens with you know, how states turn blue is, it really is. It's like what happens is the state crashes and then bottoms out and then a blue government finally gets a hold of it and they start showing change and then it usually can end up bluing from that. Like, I think, you know, another state, and green, let's go, baby. Another state, guys, I shit you not, that I think has a possibility to turn blue. I don't know, maybe the religion will prevent it, but I still feel like Kansas has a shot, guys. I think Kansas has a shot, boss, because that state is getting so racked. And now Iowa and Nebraska are getting brutalized by Trump. Dude, GG, LFG, let's go, baby. Dude, let's go. You're Petty Spaghetti. Are you in Florida? I think a couple of these red states could turn, man. You know, Ohio used to be blue, guys. Ohio probably should be blue. I feel like Ohio is a voter suppression. Like Ohio really should be blue. You know what I mean? Ohio should be blue. I think Iowa should be blue. Florida should be blue. There's several of these states that should be blue. But it's hard though, because, you know, Florida and Texas, one thing that Florida and Texas did is they went to no state income taxes. And when you go to no state income taxes, you tend to attract money grubbing white people, right? That's what happens when you go to a state that has no income taxes. Like, money grubbing white people usually move in there, and that can definitely like purple a state, right? Really, because you have a lot of people who move there that just want to not pay taxes. And you know how those people vote. Even if they're liberal values, sometimes people with liberal values vote Republican just for the, you know what I'm saying? It's true. They don't tell you they did it, but they do it. Dude, they do it. It sucks. There are plenty of rich white liberals. No, Nevada does not have state taxes either, and neither does Washington. There's no state taxes in Washington, Nevada, Florida, Texas, and who else? I'm sure there's a couple other states, but those are the four that I'm sure about. You know what I mean? Is there no state tax in Tennessee? Dude, see, I find Tennessee to literally be the most offensive state out there, dude. Right? Tennessee. I find Tennessee to be just a terrible fucking state. Dude, terrible. Terrible fucking state, boss. It's like so racist there. I don't like it. I will say this though, guys. So this is one of the things that I like about Oregon is we don't have state, we don't have sales tax. And it is really, really nice to not have sales tax, guys. It is, because I saw it go by in chat. Somebody said how sales tax is regressive. They absolutely are. Okay, sales tax is horribly regressive. And, you know, it's 10% flat on everything you buy. That absolutely impacts the poor people way more, you know. But yeah, it's nice here. We have no sales tax. We do have, you know, property taxes aren't too bad. Destination Deja Vu, LFG, let's go, Petrazi, let's go. And we do have like pretty significant income taxes here, but they provide a lot, you know, especially if you're a middle wage worker. Like there's in Oregon, if you make like $40,000 a year or less, or, you know, or like 50,000 if you have a kid, you can get some pretty decent insurance, right? You really can. Like service industry people in Oregon get really good health insurance funded by the state. Dude, Luke, let's go, baby. And I think they're planning on trying to do it for everybody. Let's go. How are the roads in Oregon? I mean, they're fine. They're not any better or worse than anywhere else. The only thing about Oregon, the roads are narrow. Like in the city of Portland, they're pretty narrow, but that's like, you know, it's just all of the old, sort of like the old, like not redeveloped cities are like that. Cause I mean, we didn't get very redeveloped. Like all our freeways never got really modernized. Our freeways here kind of suck. There's very small, like they have interchanges that are like one lane, which is kind of dumb. The freeways here can be a little toxic. Rural Arkansas, dude, Arkansas kind of sucks, man. But so, I mean, so they did decriminalize some drugs for a while, but they reversed that. But, you know, so happy to have found me in your feed. Well, let's go, Blossom. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, let's go. Dude, yeah, Texas is pretty rough, dude. Delaware, the first tax-free state. All right. Dude, Delaware is like the corporate haven. But okay, you guys ready? I feel like, were we ready? Do a short intro today. And so, I mean, I'll say this, guys. I've traveled the whole US, okay? And obviously, like, my favorite places in the US were like New York City, right? Seattle, Los Angeles, San Francisco. Those were my favorites, hands down, okay? I like the big cities. I thought Chicago was pretty good. Detroit was like an experience, but I wouldn't want to live there, you know? But surprise places that I liked, I'll tell you, there's a couple of places that I liked that I was surprised that I liked. Boise is pretty cool. Burlington, Vermont was pretty amazing, okay? Oklahoma City was one place that I absolutely did not expect to like, but was pretty fantastic. Cincinnati, Ohio, also fucking incredible, right? Dude, you live in Covington? Let's go. Dude, I played in Covington at a club called Radio Down. It was like 20 years ago, used to be in Covington. I would play the Comet Bar and Grill in Cincinnati, and then I would go across the way and I would play at Radio Down. Now, places I didn't like, okay? I also loved Southern Texas, like down when you get down by like Brownsville, okay? Or Corpus Christi, right? In the pointy part of Texas where it's all deserty. I liked it down there. I liked Houston, okay? Houston was pretty good. What I did not like, dude, I didn't like Austin, okay? Now, granted, this was 18 years ago, but I thought Austin was pretty pretentious. I did not like Austin. I didn't really like much of Texas at all, I'll be honest. Topeka, Kansas was like one of the worst cities. That and Knoxville, Tennessee tied for me for the two just most depressing cities in America, dude. Knoxville, Tennessee, Topeka, Kansas. Both of them were like, wow, dude. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I'm serious, dude. Topeka was like brutal. I mean, guys, let me just tell you, with Topeka, when I went to Topeka, so here's what I would do is I would roll up in a show, and if I was there, like say I was playing an all ages venue, if I was in an all ages venue, what I would do is as soon as I would roll into the town, I would go to a shopping mall, right? Or find an arcade or what have you. And I would go look for like young people and pass out some CDs, okay? And give them some CDs, some flyers, be like, if you like this music, tell your friends I'm playing tonight. So that was what I would normally do, right? But dude, I went to a mall in Topeka and like the kids were just depressed. Dude, they were so depressed. Like I literally walked in there and was like, guys, like there's a show tonight, some local bands, a bunch of touring bands, and they're just like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, what do you mean you don't know? It's $2. Like, what do you have to do in this town? I went to some coffee houses and they were just like, they were so sad. It was heartbreaking. Like literally, it was like heartrending to see how terrifically like unexcited they were, even if there was like a big show happening in their town that they could absolutely go to. It was really, really crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I don't know. Sometimes places like that, you feel the vibe and you're like, wow, man, you know, because what happens is when you have young people that are like that, where it's like they're sort of heartbroken and sad, and they don't get excited about anything. They're just sort of filled with dread, right? It's like those populations are really susceptible to drug use. And this is the thing that they don't tell you, okay? Like in the sort of handbook of American politics, because you'll have Donald Trump talk about drug use in Portland, and he'll talk about drug use in Chicago or LA. But what's crazy is the drug use is really bad in the red areas. Okay, you go to those towns like Topeka, really small, depressed towns in the Midwest, or even worse, you go to the small country hamlets, like out in the sticks, and the kids out there are like nothing but drugged out. Like, and they're getting in car wrecks, dying in drug-related car crashes. It's really bad because they're so depressed. They're so sad. Like, you go into the small towns in Vermont and New Hampshire and in the rural places of California or out in Nebraska, and they are ravaged by drug use. Ravaged. Methamphetamine, pills, OxyContin. They take a lot of pills. The kids are just like, they're crushed, bro. It's really, really bad. Like, the drug use in the small rural areas is like 5x what it is in the cities. And because in the cities, there's activities. There's all kinds of sports and clubs and karate and swimming pools and like skiing. And you know what I'm saying? There's just so much stuff that small town Americas, they don't have access to any of it. And you know, so it's like teen pregnancies, drug use, and you know, car wrecks. It's really heartbreaking. It's really, really bad, dude. It's really, really bad. And that's the fine print, you know? And you're right. What Dab is saying, they have no services. They have zero services out there, okay? They don't. Some of those places don't even have reliable internet. You know what I mean? You can't think of rural blue Cali. Dude, yeah, no, rural blue stuff is Mount Shasta, everything in the valley by Modesto, the farmlands, when you get out past Riverside and shit up into the high desert, right? Rural California, weed, certainly. A lot of Northern California is rural, but it's rural once you get into the valley where like Modesto is. Like, you have the I-5 corridor, and then you have the other highway, which I can't remember the number, like the 8 or whatever it is. But it's that corridor with Modesto that's pretty grapes of wrathy and a lot of meth, you know. It's really bad out there. It's pretty brutal. It's a lot of farmland and a lot of like auto wrecking places, storage units, and meth. 99. Thank you, Pinky. Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. Dude, what's wrong with Nashville? I mean, dude, I don't think there's anything wrong with Nashville, Grumpy. I didn't like Nashville, right? I didn't like it. I was friends with the band from Nashville that were actually pretty cool, and I liked those guys, but I didn't love Nashville. I've been to San Antonio, but I never played it. I drove through San Antonio. Another town that was really rough too was El Paso. El Paso was really, really sad too. There's a real like super severe income wealth gap in El Paso, right? And not only that, but because El Paso is like right on the border, and there's like a border connection there, there's a lot of like really overt racism in El Paso that I was not a huge fan of, where there was like Juarez, exactly. There's like a distinct fucking like gnarly, like right out in the open racism in El Paso that was pretty hard for me to be around. I felt real sensitive to it. But, you know, yeah, man, dude, it's pretty wild. I will say this though. A lot of America is like the same, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, America is just really, everything is similar to everything else. You know, all the people, right? All the people are like, I don't know. I felt like all the people are like pretty similar, you know, around the country. The only thing I really noticed, guys, here's one thing I will say, okay? And this I think is a pretty good generalization. But this is my personal thing is I felt like the coolest people were always the people that were in the most severe environments, right? Like, for example, there were a lot of really cool people up in, you know, Bismarck, North Dakota, where the weather is really severe and unpredictable. Norman and Oklahoma City, like Tornado Alley, the people there are so fucking cool. And I think it's because they're so used to like the chaos of the storms and the crazy weather that there's a certain like not uptightness that happens. When you have people that are confronted with some hardship, they tend to be a little less uptight, right? Whereas when you go to the places where there's never any hardship and everything is just like perfect, people tend to get a little fucking snooty. I think I tended to connect more with the people that were from some of the severe environments. They were just a little more like open to shit. You know, they were a little less fucking, you know, hesitant, right? You know what I mean? Dude, now Bismarck, don't get me wrong. Bismarck sucks, okay? No, Bismarck sucks. It's red. It's all old people. Dude, literally the average age in Bismarck is like 70, dude. It's so many old people and it's depressing and it's racist and it's fucking red as shit. But the people though, that aren't shitty that live there are like some of the coolest fucking people, dude. They are. They were so like, I don't know. They were so cool because I think the weather is just so severe. They just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? There's something about that, dude. There's something about it where the weather or the environment is really severe. The people just don't give a shit, bro. They don't. They're like, fuck it. Let's just enjoy. Let's just party on, Garth. Dude, what state is the worst in terms of weather? I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I know it gets pretty severe. Like, you know, if you're looking for gnarly weather, like the North Dakota is pretty bad, right? North Dakota gets pretty gnarly. Wyoming is pretty gnarly, right? The weather, the wind, right? You know, I'm sure Alaska is crazy, right? Oklahoma is pretty bad too, because Oklahoma has like Tornado Alley. So like Norman and Oklahoma City, like every 5 years, the cities just get destroyed. But then it's also sweltering hot during the summers and dry as shit. And there's dust storms and there's fucking pollution. And like out in the middle of Oklahoma, it's like so arid and gnarly. And the fucking dust storms are so bad that like people have to like, you know, fucking shutter their windows and shit for like days at a time, bro. It's pretty severe. It's just hot, dude. And like grimy. Dude, Kansas is really bad too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, people are resilient, right? People are resilient. Dude, I will say though, the other thing that's crazy is Texas gets pretty severe weather too. Texas, the worst rain I ever saw was in Texas, man. Like eastern Texas, dude. Wow, dude, it just gets some fucking rain, bro. In eastern Texas, it gets like that. What it does is it gets this kind of rain you get in New Orleans and Louisiana and like southern Mississippi and Alabama, like that Gulf rain. But it gets it like the ground is too dry. The ground is like rock, so it just like floods. You know what I'm saying? It's like the ground is not equipped to handle the amount of rain they get. It's like the ground is like concrete. And it rains though, like Louisiana, like you know, Gulf of Mexico rain, but there's nowhere for the water to go, dude. And dude, scary. Like I was literally scared driving on the highway because I just couldn't see. The water level was up to like the bottom of the car. Just fucking really frightening shit, man. You know, it's really scary, dude. Like it's pretty wild, severe. And their power grid sucks too, bro. Dude, I love Germany. Dude, Joe Neal, I would adore Germany. My first girlfriend was from Germany. Dude, she was amazing. Dude, Tanya from Hanover. Fucking sprechen Sie Deutsch. Dude, I love it. Dude, Germany, very liberal. Berlin, baby. Dude, I will get to Berlin, boss. You went to Austin? See, the thing about Austin is, again, I was there like 18 years ago. I haven't been there recently. I just felt like Austin was a little pretentious, right? That's what my vibe was Austin, to me, felt a little pretentious. Like most of Texas, you know, like felt like, you know, everybody wants to call me the F slur in most of Texas. And then Austin just felt like a little, I don't know, a little pretentious, right? And which, you know, I don't love that pretentiousness. You know, I don't. I'm a little more down home. But again, 18 years ago, like it could be very different, right? You had fun in Austin, still Texas. The most fun I had in Austin was definitely in Houston. Okay, dude, Houston. I had fun in Houston, but also though it's hard though, guys, because though when you're touring, you don't really always get a full sense of the city. You get more sense of the city if you play there a whole bunch. You know what I mean? If you play there a whole bunch. And I didn't play Austin a lot. So sometimes your view of the city is tainted because it's based on one gig or one part of town, right? And the thing about Austin though, when I played there is I did not play in a cool venue. I played in a shit venue called Trophies, and it was not a good venue. And it was not a likable part of fucking town, dude. I was not in the good part at all, dude. Oh, shit. All right. But you guys ready? You ready for some politics? But Texas, though, I don't love Texas, man. I don't love Texas. I don't. You know, dude, I will say this, though. You ready, guys? Here's another surprising thing. Don't hate me when I say it. But, dude, I liked Utah. I did, bro. I liked Utah. Dude, it's so beautiful. The country, the landscape, like the vibe. I think because of the salt flats, like Utah feels fucking, you know what I'm saying? Utah feels different than the entire rest of the US because of the salt flats. And though also, can I just say, I was really close with a couple very popular bands in Utah. So I was sort of in the scene, which helped. And like Mormon girls are like one of a kind, bro. I don't care what anybody says, dude. The Mormon girls, some clean living, boss. Let me just tell you, all right? They're clean living, and they're a lot crazier than you think they are. Let me just tell you, dude. Dude, I was a fan, bro. Oh, I was a big fan of Utah. Dude, Tommy Research Group. Oh, shit. Dude, I like it. I like it, dude. Dude, let's go. Maybe clean on paper, but freaky. Yeah. Well, you know what it is, dude? It's like, I think what it was, honestly, though, is I was sober when I was touring. So being in Utah where nobody drinks was actually really cool, right? You know what I'm saying? It was pretty cool, like being in a place where nobody was drinking. It was pretty wild. right? It really was. CEO Erica, dude, Erica, she's not from Utah. No, she's from Arizona. Freedom, dude, that's funny. Dude, there is a, like, that's just it though, guys. There is a, like, there's a weird vibe there in Utah where there is so much oppression that you end up having like wildness, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, remember what I said about the people who live in extreme weather areas and how chill they are? Well, when you go to areas that are a lot of repression, the people there are like high strung with wildness. That is fucking like, I like that energy, bro, where they're just like powder kegs ready to blow with their passion and their like, you know, like desire. You know what I'm saying? There's something about it where there's like an energy where everybody's, all the areas of them, if they're like repressed sexually, the sexual tension there is like everyone's like a piano string. They're just vibrating on a like I'm ready to explode kind of energy. And it can be quite intoxicating. Dude, I like that energy, boss. I do. Dude, yeah, no. There's like, it's like there's purity, but right under the purity is absolute like degeneracy, just waiting to be fucking set loose. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a forced purity, and then there's a degeneracy that so badly wants to make up for that purity that there's a hunger like right under the fucking skin that you just pierce the veil and it is on, brother. You know what I'm saying? It is like unleashing the fucking unbridled is a good way of putting it, you know? You know what I mean? And what it is though, guys, what it is though too is, remember, okay? I think it's like they can't be that way. They can't be that way with their own because they're judged and they have to present a certain way. So like outsiders bring that out. You know what I mean? You can be like the cabana boy. You know what I'm saying? Is what happens is an outsider goes to Utah who's not Mormon, and you are like, you know, Kramer used to call like having the Kavorka, right? You have this irresistible fucking thing because the people there, the men there are terrible. They're like so like shuttered and shit. And then you roll through town, if you're like free and unashamed of who you are and what you're about, it's like you are extraordinarily attractive to them. Dude, you know what I mean? They are just like, wow, you know? It's like you're like the Beatles, dude, and they're fucking chasing you down the street. It's pretty wild. Yeah. You know, yeah, no, the craziest Mormon part is down in the very south. Down by St. George, right? When you go way down in the south by the Arizona border, that's where it's like, you know, polygamy and shit and like underground bunkers and shit. Dude, you know, it's pretty crazy in the south, dude. Oh man, you get down by the Arizona border where the FLDS people are, and it's pretty wild. You got to be careful down there though. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful down there in around the FLDS people. I feel like the men in those households are, I don't know, dude. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a gun gets put to your head down there. You know, there's a very like, stay away from my wives or I'll fucking shoot you kind of energy down there. Dude, Luke, you were a pool boy for Jerry Falwell? Like I was a pool boy for Jerry Falwell? Dude, no, I'm serious. Right? You go down to the south where the FLDS are, and those guys are very possessive. All right, guys, we have 7 minutes, 5 more for the dance party. Let's get this going. We're going to start politicking, right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, let's go, dude. Dude, Jerry Falwell Jr., 5 more, baby. Let's go. Dude, we're going to get it. Man, I will say this, though, guys. My travels across the country were like, I'm so thankful for that. You know what I mean? Like, I never became a really big popular musician, but I got to see every nook and cranny of the country. And I'm really thankful for that. I feel like so much of my compassion and my insight and understanding of like humans and how similar we are and shit, all of that came from those travels. All right, guys, 6 minutes, 5 more. It's $2 or more. 5 more, 6 minutes. Dance party. Let's dig deep. Gonna make it happen. Yeah, dude, it was good shit, dude. Oh fuck, bro. 6 minutes. Here we go. Here we go. Coming down to the wire. It does. Dude, 𝗣𝗎 there it is. 4 more, baby. Let's go. Oh! All right. 4 more. 4 more. And 6 minutes, basically. We're getting it. We're getting it. Benny and Sortor were jerks on Twitter. Dude, what were they doing? I mean, dude, those guys are always jerks. Dude, they're just so phony. Like Nick Sortor lying about Portland. Like he's just paid to stay here. Dude, Luke says, let's get it. Let's go, baby. They're just paid. They're just right-wing hacks that are paid to stir shit up. Here. They get paid. Dude, watch bar. Native reservation, Antoine, New Mexico in the States. That was it. Was that good, dude? Let's go, dude. Watch bar Jake. Let's go, baby. 𝗣𝗎 with another one. Let's go. Dude, borrow bad. There it is. Dude, we made it. Let's go, baby. Oh. Dude, just like that. You rode a bicycle across the U.S.? Holy shit, dude. That must have been crazy. Dude, Steve Pip, don't shut up and take your money. All right, Steve Pip, I got you, boss. Let's go. Steve, where's the Steve? Dude, did I miss one? No. I got 𝗣𝗎, Luke, 𝗣𝗎 again, Watch Bar, and Borrow Bad, and Steve Pip. Yeah, no, I got it. I went back up and got it. Yeah, I had originally missed the second 𝗣𝗎, but I did get it. Dude, Indy, let's go. Dance party, let's go. Oh! Dude, let's go, baby. Dude, the backwoods of Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, dude, I get into these arguments with people, and here's what I'm going to say. This is my take, okay? I know we've talked about racism in the South, but obviously you go to like Alabama, you go to Mississippi, you go to Louisiana, you go to southern Georgia, and there is like some really severe racism, right? There is. It is like just in the code, the DNA, where everybody just sort of accepts the racism, and the people of color like have to know their place, sort of. And it's like very thick with this sort of like slavery remnant racism, and it's really toxic. But Tennessee is where they are the most openly racist, I feel like. I feel like Tennessee, you go into these small white towns in Tennessee, and they're just real fucking clear about their racism. They ain't afraid of the N-word, and they're real fucking clear that, like, if you know anybody who's colored, of color, don't bring them there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, don't, you know what I'm saying? There's just something about Tennessee where they'll tell you I'm a racist. You know what I mean? Like you go down to the, Mississippi and shit, it's all there, but everybody's like, it pretends like it's not. But Tennessee is like, let me just show you, in case you were wondering, we're real fucking racist here, and don't fucking say peep about it, or we'll fucking string you up too. Kind of vibe. That's the vibe I get from Tennessee, where it's just like, whoa, like, goddamn, bro. You know what I mean? There's just no mincing words about it. It's just, it creeps me out. Yeah, it is sad, which is why when you see like those black legislators, getting fucking kicked out of the legislature and getting, they're trying to like railroad them and shit, right? Like Justin Peterson and company. I'm not surprised that shit's going on in Tennessee. It's like really bad there, man. It's really bad there, dude. That I just felt like it was really bad. My son's girlfriend is from Georgia, and they like disagree with me, and they're probably right. I'm just telling you that's the way I felt there, that it felt like it was just so open about it. You know what I mean? It's just, and you know what I'm saying? They're so open about it. And it's pretty gross. Dude, yeah, it's pretty gross. All right, you guys ready? Dude, and we had family that lived there too. So we used to go down there when I was a kid in the 70s. And man, it was gnarly, dude. You see shit like, I can't remember what town my cousins lived in, but we went and visited them. And yeah, I'm not talking about Nashville though, Happy. I'm talking about the small towns, right? Right. The cities are always a little different, right? But so they lived in some small town in like north central Tennessee. And like the sheriff was like, dude, the most racist speaking dude I've ever seen, man. Like, and it was like the sheriff. You know what I'm saying? Hearing the sheriff use racial slurs like they were candy was really eye-opening to me when I was a kid. I was like, holy shit, dude. That's fucked up, bro. You know what I mean? So you expect the cops to be like above board, right? And this guy was just setting the tone of like, wow, these people are fucking hicks, bro. Jesus, dude. Dude, inbred? I don't think he was inbred. Yeah, the cities, though, are like, you know what I mean? Cities are like better, for sure, right? But, dude, Clarksville's a shithole. Dude, so you like Nashville? Is that what you were saying? Who was it from Nashville? There was somebody here who was from Nashville, right? Who was here from Nashville? Where was it? Dude, somebody. Oh, So Happy. It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it you? I think it was you, So Happy. Right? You like Nashville? Yeah? You dig it? Let's go. Dude, I didn't love Nashville. I knew a band from there, though. I knew some people from Nashville that were amazing. Right? Did you grow up there? Were you, yeah, oh yeah, it's absolutely the blue. Did you grow up there? Did you grow up in Nashville or did you move there? Right? Dude, the music scene there is pretty good, man. Dude, Fort Lauderdale in the house. Dude, Club America coming to a school near you. Oh. Let's go. Dude, it's too bad Florida is so like Florida, because I like it. I like Florida. I just don't like Florida. You know, been here for 30 years from Florida. Nice. I bet Nashville, dude's got to be a significant step up from Florida, man. For sure, dude. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to choose Nashville or fucking Florida, I would definitely take Nashville. As far as like the substance of the place, I mean, Florida is way better weather, and it's beautiful in Florida, but dude, it's just, ugh, you know, pulled pork, dude. I do love the food, man, and like jambalaya and shit. Oh, and fucking crawfish. Oh man, dude, I do love the food. I like Cajun food, guys. Big fan of the Cajun food, like Southern Louisiana. Holy shit. And the fried chicken down in the South. Holy shit. Dude, I love fried chicken. It's like my favorite fucking thing. And like, dude, there's like so much good fried chicken in Louisiana and fucking Georgia. Oh my God. It's like really good, dude. Really good shit. Dude. I'm in heaven with that, dude. Fried chicken is like my favorite thing. Dude, I love it. You would not go to Northern Idaho? Dude, Northern Idaho sucks, bro. There's no reason to go to Northern Idaho unless you're a white supremacist, right? Dude, you're from Louisiana? Let's go. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready to politic? I mean, we could talk about this all night, but dude, we got to get some politics. All right, let's go. Dude, the thumbnail with Caitlin Brownout Bennett brought you here. All right, let's go, dude. Dude, see, Moscow, Idaho is not bad, except for that grisly murder. But dude, Moscow is a college, right? And Boise is pretty good too. Like, Boise's great. I had great times in Boise. Would never say a bad thing about Boise. But Northern Idaho, dude, is like, no. Dude, it's so gross. Like Sandpoint. Dude, no, man. It is gnarly, dude. Oh, shit. It's like you know what I'm saying? Dude, yeah, we're going to look at Caitlin Bennett. Dude, she was interviewing these wine moms, and she's just generally returning to the scene, right? You know what I'm saying? And fucking, but first, let's go look at a little Candy-O. All right, shall we? Let's look at Candace, boss. We're going to skip around here with fucking a little Candy-O. Dude, she's got a new hairdo. She's fresh off vacation, all right? And she's got a new hairdo. Oh, shit. And she's like Mrs. Professor. The little tweed jacket. Dude, you like candy? So, guys, I'll be honest. Excuse me. Dude, I have a love-hate relationship with Candy-O, okay? I love what she stands for because right now she is like helping to fracture MAGA. Like, she is a one-woman wrecking ball right now to fracture MAGA. She is, okay? Dude, let's go, Manny. I got you, boss. She is a one-woman wrecking ball, bro, and she is like taking no prisoners right now. She is taking no prisoners. She is on a mission. She is on a mission from her God to do battle with TPUSA and Erica Kirk and to like throw every conspiracy theory she can at the Trump administration. And she's wreaking havoc and she's making a ton of money doing it, guys. Which means she's gonna keep doing it. And like, you know what I do like about her? What I like about her is there's like no chaos she won't sow. You know what I mean? Like, and especially after what she went through with the Daily Wire, and with Ben Shapiro, right? She went through this shit with the Daily Wire and with Ben Shapiro, and even being sued, she's still in this video is talking about Macron's wife being a man. So like, she is like, I'm being sued. I'm on the hot seat. Everyone's pointing a gun at me. And you know what? I'm tripling down is what I'm going to do. And I like that energy because I feel like this is the insider in MAGA that we've been waiting for, right? And you know who else is close, guys? You know who else is close? I know you do. I'll give you a hint. She's in Congress. There's one other woman in MAGA right now that is on the same level as Candy O, that is just putting a spoke in every wheel she can while trying to elevate her star. And yes, MTG, that is it. These are my two MAGA honeys right now, dude. We got, right? I mean, again, I don't trust them. I don't believe them. I don't even care if they're telling the truth or if they're telling lies. But right now, MTG and Candy O are like my patron saintesses of MAGA destruction. I want to give them a blowtorch and a bucket of gasoline and lead them to every MAGA fucking, every MAGA space that they can, and be like, you want to start a fire here? You want to start a fire here? Dude, Marjorie Trainwreck Green. Dude, yes. And so what's so great about it too, guys, is both of them get them like, so what it is, guys, is you have people like Laura Loomer, right? The protectionist, Laura Loomer's like, ooh, right? So people like Laura Loomer, they can't defeat Candace Owens and they can't defeat Marjorie Taylor Greene, but they also won't fucking like ever let them go, right? Every time they overstep their like MAGA bounds, Laura Loomer's gonna get into it with them and she won't let it go. So it's like we have the real makings of MAGA destruction. Dude, yeah, no, Tucker is another one. You're right. Tucker is another one, dude. Dude, what happened to Brylan Hollyhand? Dude, Brylan Hollyhand is fucking, he's starring as the new Gomer Pyle in a new Lifetime, right? The new Nickelodeon series Gomer Pyle. It's going to be Brylan Hollyhand. Dude, that guy ain't replacing shit, bro. Dude, that guy is a fucking clown among clowns, bro. Oh, man. Dude, these guys are fucking crazy. I love it. Dude, I want anybody who's going to help fracture MAGA. Now, guys, you ready? What do you think? I'm going to make a call. In 2028, Tucker Carlson, 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗶, right? What do you think? I think that's the presidential ticket, right? Tucker Carlson is going to run. 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗶's going to be his running mate. And Cenk Uygur is going to be admitted to a mental health facility because he's going to be so bummed out that 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗶 is a fucking VP candidate. Dude, what do you think? Right? Can you see it? I can see it. Dude. All right. We got to get our Candy O fix. Guys, if you have an MTG clip, dude, I want to see MTG. I need in the Discord, I need clips of MTG calling out the Republicans or fucking Epstein shit, right? I need some MTG clips. All right, here we go. Lil Candy O, baby. You ready for some Candy O? It is time. Let's get it.
All right, you guys.
By the way, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to skip around. Okay, we're going to skip around. We're going to watch a little bit of the Charlie Kirk and the energy shift part. We're going to jump into the military connections. And then mostly what I want to do is I want to look at this bit about Mikey McCoy. Okay, Mikey McCoy. Okay, dude, let's go, Brewen. Mikey McCoy is the dude with the backpack in white who was on his phone. Charlie Kirk gets killed, and Mikey just walks away nonchalantly on his phone, and he's down the block. And that's what this video centers on, is she's been calling out Mikey McCoy. And so TPUSA, see, so the 𝗙𝗪𝗋 thing, what's making her so effective is this, guys, is that she is forcing TPUSA to constantly be making statements about her shit. Like, her reach is so big that when she comes out with some cockamamie story, they have to respond. Okay? They know they do. Like, she owns them. Okay? She can literally, dude, I love Philly, Jerry. I played the Fire, a club in Philly, every tour, dude. Fucking love Philly, bro. Love it. But so she, right? She owns them in a way, because anytime she talks about TPUSA, they have to respond, because she's bigger than TPUSA, and she's mad at them because they sort of cut her out. She feels like they betrayed Charlie, and I think she's pretty accurate. I mean, I think it's pretty accurate that TPUSA has completely sort of turned their back on Charlie. Right? You know, there's something going on. I mean, there were financial troubles. Charlie was resistant to the Israel thing. I think the rest of TPUSA was down with the Israel thing. And so I think there was some internal strife. We know that Erica is down with Israel. So some shit is like, there's some shit to it. And they have to. Like, TPUSA has to respond. All right, here we go. 𝗙𝗪𝗋, take us. 𝗙𝗪𝗋, take us to the promised land.
All right, you guys. So here's what's going on today. Turning Point USA has issued a statement, a couple of statements, actually. For one, they say the reason that Mikey McCoy walked away so swiftly after Charlie got shot is because Charlie himself told Mikey to do that. Charlie somehow drilled into Mikey McCoy's mind exactly what he should do in that circumstance. Are you buying that? Any buyers of that? I'd like to know, because if there are, I'd like to inform you. I didn't want to say it this way, but I am in fact a Nigerian princess. I am stranded currently on an island.
Dude, Luke, people on the web thought JD will beat Tucker. Oh, shit. Dude, let's go. Thank you, boss. Dude, you hear that? She's like, if you think that's believable, I am a Nigerian princess. Oh, Lord, dude. Dude, she is gunning for TPUSA. I'm serious, guys. Let me just tell you right now, okay? Hold on. I'm having a fucking itch problem here, dude. She is good at being a villain. But remember, guys, remember the debate with Adam Mockler, right? The Cuomo thing with Adam Mockler and Andrew Colvett. Remember how big of a pompous ass Andrew Colvett was, right? Remember the way he was dismissive and calmed down and just so snooty, arrogant prick? Let me just tell you that Andrew Colvett, the minute he hears 𝗙𝗪𝗋's voice, the minute somebody mentions, you know what Candace said today? He is probably beside himself. He right now is the sight or sound of Candace Owens makes his fucking everything about him just fucking fall apart, dude. I'm telling you, right now, I bet she knows that she can make him have a meltdown at any point. You know what I mean? She just is like his biggest nightmare, and she loves it. She is reveling in it. Like, what can I make Andrew Colvett have to make a statement about today? You know what I mean? I wonder if she wakes up and just scrolls through his Twitter and decides, all right, I'm going to go and talk about this today. And then Colvett is like, what the fuck is she doing? Right? I mean, at this point, I think she is just targeting him on purpose. And can I just say, I love it. I love it. I want her to just I want her to burn it all down, dude. I want her to burn it all down.
I'm going to need you to send your credit card details right now so I can return home. And if you do, I will transfer you $1 million when I get back to my kingdom. Frank Turek is also being added into the mix. He is telling me plus other conspiracy theorists to shut up unless we have the facts. Okay, Frank, challenge accepted. Let's learn some more facts today. Lastly, in case you missed it while I was away, they infiltrated our book club. Our book club has gone viral. My one safe place. I only had one safe space, and it was my book club. And the Zionists are now there. And they say, you guessed it, I am going crazy. Welcome back to Candace.
All right, Candace. Candy-o, baby.
Today is actually a really important episode. I want you to pay attention, very close attention to what I'm about to share with you. A lot of this is gut instinct. That's what we do here. And I think it will change the way you think about the world.
See, that at that point right there, a lot of this is gut instinct. Dude, thank you. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate it. You think Tucker's going to smoke JD? I mean, he could. But this is what I love, right? Is everything she does is like gut instinct, right? She did. She lumped herself up with conspiracy theorists, but it's like her fucking, everything is gut instinct. Oh, I have a gut instinct. So I'm going to wake up and I'm going to make Andrew Colvett's head explode today because I have a gut instinct.
I'm going to start by building upon what we discussed yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I had mentioned to you all, honestly, that something was happening in April of 2018. A lot of things actually were happening in April of 2018. But of course, hindsight is 2020. And I'm going to share some things with you. I don't know what everything means, but I know that it means something. Back when I did my initial tribute video to Charlie, some people took issues theologically when I said that the day that Kanye West tweeted, "I love the way Candace Owens thinks," Charlie and I freaked out because we were convinced that we had somehow manifested that. I'm aware, I've received tons of emails. This goes against Christian doctrine. This was 2018. I was not a Catholic, and I think it's important to discuss that and why we thought we manifested that.
Dude, she was not a Catholic. So what is it with her and JD Vance? Like, you realize that all of these people have converted to Catholicism just in like the last handful of years, right? Like JD Vance too. He was never religious, no religion. He just hooks up with some VC people. Next thing you know, he converts to Catholicism. It's like they go in and they join the Catholicism club. And then they're like, all of a sudden they're like Calvinists, right? Yeah, no, it is. It is like a power grab, like a get out of behavior jail for free. Dude, it is. It's like really fucking bizarre, bro.
Because it is extremely relevant to what took place thereafter. I have to explain that moment to you. As I showed you yesterday, Charlie was having a lot of vivid dreams that he said he had throughout his entire life, that he was going to die in a really tragic, quick way. But especially in April, he was having vivid dreams that something big was about to happen. This is in the weeks leading up to the tweet. Okay?
Oh, shit.
Full stop. Charlie knew, and I felt that we were on the brink of something big. Okay, you have to remember, we were young. I'm a lot older than Charlie. Was Charlie 24?
Now, this is going back to 2018. She's not talking about the assassination here or the murder. She is talking, this is 2018, that Kanye tweet.
The time, maybe even 23 years old at the time. And we were doing the Fox News gambit, every show on Fox News. But I was really just focused on BLM, Black Lives Matter. I felt they were lying to Black Americans and it was going to harm us. Neither one of us was very well known at this time. We had just kind of gotten together the November before. And it is just a fact that we were listening to Kanye West music every day. I mean, literally every day, especially the song Power, okay? I was telling Charlie explicitly, we have to get to Kanye West. I can tell by his music. This is what I'm saying to Charlie. I know these lyrics inside and out. This person does not want to be a part of the system. If we can get to Kanye, I think he'll join my Blexit movement. I've got to wake up Black Americans to this scam that they're using our race to control our emotions, which now...
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, I know, dude. They're like listening to the song Power on repeat and like, oh, we got to convert Kanye West. Dude, and then Kanye goes full Hitler, bro.
To me, it seems so molecular because I see how much bigger the issue is. But I just knew that Kanye West was not a part of the simulation, so to speak, and that the song Power, as Kanye said, is a battle cry to be yourself because of the lyrics. And I have this old text that I'm going to show you from Charlie. This is April 13th, 2018. This is what I said to him, just so you can kind of get the vibe of what was going on. I said, yo, Kanye West writing a philosophy book called Break the Simulation. We need him, Charlie. He is Blexit AF. And Charlie wrote back, I love Kanye. He's my soul brother. I will find a way to him. I promise we have to. It's crazy to look at that and realize that he's about to tweet me. So there was this incredible buildup, and we felt this palpable energy, a shifting almost that we kept discussing in all the messages. We're like, something's happening in April. Something's happening.
Dude, did you notice? I just have to pause here. But do you notice that like every single one of her shows starts with like a prophecy, a dream that was realization? Remember the one where she was like, I texted a friend and said, you're going to be pregnant. Oh my God, I just found out I'm pregnant, right? Every single show starts with like, I'm divine. I have, let me start with how I tapped into the spirit world and pulled the truth. I divined, I manifested Kanye. And then after this, she's going to be like, okay, now that you've heard how I manifested Kanye, let me tell you the truth about TPUSA, right? Dude, I mean, when you think about it, it's like she has a mechanism for establishing trust and her own sort of divinity before she loops you into her conspiracy stuff, right? You know, and if you're a big fan of her, you're probably like oohed and awed. And somebody did say she knew Charlie better than Erica. I mean, I don't know, dude. I will say this. I don't think Charlie and Erica were all that close, guys. Okay? I really don't. I don't think Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk were all that close. I don't. I mean, you hardly see them together. When they were together, Charlie was like, you know, filming some fucking content, talking to his kids about some shit. But I did not get the impression that they were like as close as, because I mean, he was always right. She had multiple graduate degrees. She's out there doing her Erica Kirk shit. And Charlie was always on the road, living the life of like a pseudo rock star, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't think that they were like, you know, not nearly as close as she tries to pretend that they are, tries to play that they are. You know, I don't see it. I don't see it. Charlie was a fucking, you know, he was out there being the man, you know?
And then on April 16th, Mike Cernovich, you might be familiar with him, he does this series of tweets, having not spoken to me or Charlie about how we were feeling, saying that he was speaking to a lot of his friends who could feel that there was some sort of an energy shift happening. So you imagine, we're like, what? There is something definitely happening here. How could Mike Cernovich randomly be tweeting this series of tweets? It shocked me. So I sent those tweets to Charlie. I'm going to show you that now. These are from Mike Cernovich. He has since deleted these tweets, but you can ask him. He wrote, a change in energy. This is Mike Cernovich. A change in energy which stuns high consciousness people does not mean bad. It simply means that it's cosmic. A paradigm is shifting. Something is happening, and that people get angry at me shows the shift. Why care? The energy manifests itself in different ways. He goes on to say, several high consciousness people I've spoken to independently told me about feeling a shift in energy. Something is going on. It happened 2 to 3 weeks ago. I'm not talking politics or elections. It's much bigger. Energy shift. I saw this and I obviously screenshot it. I sent to the tweets to, or not screenshot, I just sent the tweets to Charlie. And I said, Charlie, what the F. I had a bad potty mouth in 2018 going through these tweets. I realized that I don't swear nearly as much or at all anymore. And then Charlie said, yup, we felt it too. Remember, I told you the dreams got darker. Again, I'm painting a picture here of what was going on. We're going to get deeper here on what transpired. On the eve before Kanye West tweeted us, again, we are still in April. This is April 20th, the evening before Kanye West tweets me. Charlie messages me and he says, I'm on a run and I'm blasting Kanye West and we're on the brink of something big and like this is our time. I'm going to show you that tweet. Night before.
Oh, here it is. I'm
listening to Kanye and just running my streets. Are you ready for the war that's coming? We're going to fight. We're going to win. They will lose. I said, so exciting. It's our time. He said, yes. And then the next morning, as you can see, I woke up to news of the tweets and I said, please pick up because I was shaking. And then Charlie wrote back and said, I am freaking the F out. When I said to you guys, you had to be there, we were certain we had manifested. It was kind of freaky. That's the right word. We were freaking out going, how is this real?
Dude, is this why she converted to Catholicism? Because Kanye West like retweeted her? What did he even retweet? Right? Oh, that's what he did. So it was in 2018. He said, I love the way Candace Owens thinks. See, this is what's so weird, guys. Okay? Again, like she's setting us up because she's going to talk about TPUSA. This is like leading into whatever, her divinity of TPUSA. But the fact that, like, think about the world we live in, guys. Think about what brought her to notoriety, okay? Because her and Charlie Kirk, were they doing TPUSA? They were. It was like a nobody. It was a nothing. But all it takes is one person at the level of fame like Kanye West to notice you and elevate your name, and then all of a sudden, you're a much bigger name. Like if Mr. Beast did that, you know what I'm saying? If Kanye West did that, it's like one big fucking person, and then all of a sudden they're like instantly like famous in a way. And now, of course, Kanye West is like, what the fuck, bro? He is mentally unstable. He is, off on the Hitler shit. You know what I mean? And so, but like, this is how these fucking people got their like boost. This is how they got into, I think, partially youth culture too, because Kanye West was a ticket into the youth culture as well, right? The Yeezys, all the Yeezy fans, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty gnarly. How did we
know what is happening right now in the world? And yeah, Kanye sent this now infamous tweet. I love the way Candace Owens thinks. I want you to know this. Everything for Charlie and I changed in a blink of an eye in that moment. And retrospectively, it would never be the same again. It was indeed a paradigm shift. I mentioned to you guys yesterday that I remember that we both watched Scott Adams. I did not know who he was at this time. Again, I was very green and I'm not an overtly political person, so I didn't know.
Scott Adams, that's the fucking, that's the Dilbert guy, right? That's the guy that Cenk Uygur had on who's dying of cancer, isn't it? Scott Adams? He's the Dilbert guy, isn't he? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, here we go.
Who Scott Adams was, but I remember vividly watching him draw on a board and explain to his very many followers that something much bigger had taken place and that people needed to pay attention to this tweet for almost cosmic reasons. Let's take a listen to what Scott Adams said on that day.
What did he tweet? He tweeted, I like the way Candace Owens thinks. 7 words. and he ripped a hole in reality.
Dude.
With 7 words.
Dude, what the fuck? These people are so weird, bro. This guy wrote it on a whiteboard. Like, I just don't understand how fucking touched in the head these fucking weirdos are.
Because Kanye is supposed to be over here. And Candace is supposed to be over here. And they're not ever supposed to say the other one said something, right?
Dude, but Kanye is a right-wing fucking weirdo. Oh, I get it. He thought Kanye was a left-winger, right? So I see what they're doing here. This is the, you know what it is, guys? Oh my God. You ready for this? You guys, it's the MAGA porn, okay? You know how the MAGA sort of, the MAGA content of their wet dreams is about like Democrats becoming Republicans, right? That's what I call the MAGA porn. Is their whole thing is I was a lifelong Democrat, but now I realize the MAGA are the real people. This was the first one. Kanye West was somebody that they thought, because he hung out with whatever, Taylor Swift, because he was in Hollywood, they thought Kanye was this far left liberal guy. And then he says, I like the way Candace Owens thinks, which is the first sign of like, whoa, Kanye's changing teams to our team. But by then, though, Kanye had already, like, he had had a lot of problems with anti-Semitism and all kinds of, like, internal shit of him being a fucking degenerate to work with, right? A lot of crises and shit. But this is the first one. This is the original how I left the left. Why I left the left. It was cosmic for them. They were like, oh my God, we it's like they got the, you know what I'm saying? For them, it was like winning Taylor Swift or some shit. Oh, that's crazy.
All right? That's not supposed to happen. But Kanye did it anyway. Kanye knows history doesn't repeat. He's not a prisoner of the mind. He knows that the problem is not the solution. Whatever you want to say about Kanye's politics, and I don't even know what his preferred politics would be. I'm not even sure what party he would run for it if he ran for president at this point. Whatever else you want to say about him, and I don't know enough about his actual, management skills or political ability, but he did something that you could rarely see. He actually just altered reality. He just made the entire conservative Twitter sphere just go something like this. It's like your head just went, what did I just see? Did I really see this? Now forget about...
Dude, they like, yeah, to them, this was like, it made them. It was their sign from God that they were like destined to do this work, right? Oh, Lord, dude. Dude, this guy, though, Scott Adams, this guy is about as uncharismatic of a human being. Like, who the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck watches this guy, right? Right? Who would watch a guy on a whiteboard writing about Candace fucking Owens and Kanye West, bro? Like, you literally have to have a screw loose to be, I mean, I'm watching this now, right? But you know what I'm saying? I'm not watching this because I'm watching it. I'm watching this because I'm going to lampoon it. But you know what I mean? Back in 2018, who was this guy's audience, bro? You know?
You know, which of these views you like the best. That's not even the story. Forget about whether you think Candace has everything right or everything wrong. That's not the story. The story is that these two people that shouldn't be in the same conversation, in 7 words, Kanye just changed that. And he just freed a lot of people from a mental prison.
Dude, he freed people from a mental prison, guys.
Kanye, in 7 words, unlocked a mental prison
Wow.
and is bringing you to
The golden age, guys. Wow. All right. Dude, these people
golden
are
age.
crazy.
I look back on that and I find that clip to be really fascinating. And here's what I would tell you that happened thereafter in short order, because it was definitely something. I believe, and I'm saying this
Yeah,
retrospectively,
what happened is Charlie ended up dead.
that from that moment onward, Charlie and I were assigned handlers. Okay, this is an expression that Kanye used to say, have a handler. I thought that he was just saying that. I thought that he was referring to just Hollywood. I now very much believe that I have had handlers since 2018, and that things were done intentionally to pull me and Charlie apart. Now I'm going to tell you how I remember it in no particular order. Okay. I tweeted back at Kanye and I said, please take a meeting with us. And before I could hear directly from Kanye's people, I heard from David Horowitz of the Freedom Center. He's the one that first invited me when I was going viral on YouTube to speak at his conference. You should also know that he is the father to Andreessen Horowitz, the one that Bibi Netanyahu is insisting should, or the stepfather to. He wants Andreessen Horowitz to be a part of this group that buys TikTok because, and this is relevant, they think it's important for warfare, psychological warfare in the future. It's relevant.
Yeah, let me just tell you, think what you want about Candy Owens, Candy O, but like the sale of TikTok is going to be a problem, guys. Okay? The fucking sale of TikTok to Ellison and whatever other fucking like international billionaire gets their hands in on that is going to be the beginning of some of the biggest rat fucking of like the American youth that we've ever witnessed. I mean, it's going to be bad, bro. It's going to be bad. It's going to be like Twitter times 50.
He was very nice in his message to me, said, oh, my son knows Kanye, and I would like to facilitate that meeting. Suddenly they get Eric Weinstein involved, and he reaches out and he pretends that he wants to be a friend to me. He's a bad person. I can tell you that right away. And I learned that very quickly. But at the time, Charlie and I, we were pro-Israel. That's, I think, kind of relevant. And we were just so amazed by the tweet that we thought all of these people, like this was just our moment, as in they really did just want to help. Another player in this was Rick Rubin. Yeah, the big music industry, Rick Rubin, also got into the mix and wanted to facilitate certain meetings. I took it, again, as a sign of help. On the Turning Point USA side, Tyler Boyer, who I could do a whole episode on. It's actually, he's more so relevant that I can't fit him into just one episode.
Dude, now Tyler Boyer, okay, just to put a reference here, because now we're getting inside TPUSA. Tyler Boyer is the guy who helped cover up that grape of the woman who was, right? TPUSA was in Milwaukee and Waukesha, and that woman, right? That woman fucking went out with one of the TPUSA employees, and she said she was essayed and sexually harassed, and eventually, like, right? And then Tyler Boyer covered it up. Okay, so he was involved in that. I made a video about Tyler Boyer. It's down in the stock if you search, TPUSA. There is a video in there about him. He is still very involved. He is like very high up in TPUSA. He is this guy right here. Right there. There he is. Okay. He is the head of TP Action. Okay, Turning Point Action. But he is a fucking smarm, bro. He is a smarm. Okay, he's very dirty. Is he white? Dude, yeah, they're all fucking white, boss. They're all white.
He was with the only person that was with Charlie before. He introduced him to every person that Charlie knows. He starts hiring a bunch of people, telling Charlie that we need to hire bigger and more professional money raisers, PR people like Andrew Colvett, you name it. And it feels like at every moment there were forces that were trying to tell us this is not allowed to happen. Kanye's handlers are telling him, Kanye's got a team of people telling him he's not allowed to be involved in politics. And he's getting angrier and he's getting angrier about that. This is in the time of Kim Kardashian and Kanye. She wanted nothing to do with it, okay? And I've been to their house, and political friends are telling Charlie and I, don't get involved with Kanye because he's crazy. You guys are on a trajectory. Don't speak to Kanye. It's going to backfire in your face. And I'm like, no, we dreamed this. We want him to be a part of Blexit. Like, this is exactly what we wanted. At the exact
Dude, his presidential run was a fucking disaster. I remember in 2020, dude, like I was gaming at that time and there were people in my gaming chat talking about Kanye. And I was like, dude, shut the fuck up, dude. Kanye for anything but president 2020, dude. Jesus.
Same time, I felt, and you have heard the story very many times, Charlie has told it, I have told it, out of nowhere, I got this spiritual pull that I needed to go to the UK. Charlie and I had
out of nowhere, guys, a spiritual pull to go to the UK. Dude, this is Charlie Kirk and the energy
no
ship.
business in the UK at all. There's no reason for us to go to the UK. There was nothing happening in the UK. I have the messages. I'm like, Charlie, we should go to the UK. I don't know why. I'm getting the vibe. We need to go to the UK. We need to go to the UK. We need to go to the UK.
To the unit.
Like, we got to go to London. And we did in the future. But first, dealing with this sort of...
In the future, dude. What? Yeah, we did. We went to the UK like 5 years later. Dude, this is so comical, bro. Dude, Candy O is going off, bro.
Pressure cooker that kept happening between Kanye, me, Charlie. It was in October, after Kanye had helped me to start designing the logo for Blexit, that Kanye's pressure cooker got too hot. And basically, they told him that he would lose everything, his marriage, this, that, if he didn't abstain from politics after he notoriously went to the White House in the MAGA hat. And he needed to distance from us and, of course, Blexit. And he cracked. I mean, you guys remember this headline. I'm taking you back to 2018. Kanye West distances himself from Blexit and Trump. He says, I've been used to spread messages.
Oh, look at that, dude. You see, like, dude, I know Blexit is so dumb, dude. Like, everything they do is like riding on the back of shit that other people have previously done. But, like, what is this story? This story is like God led them to Kanye and then Kanye backed out. Like, what is she, like, I'm trying to figure out where she's going with this to the TPUSA thing, dude. Dude, it's like, come on, Candy-O. Like, how much longer do we have to listen to this shit? All right, we have 5 more minutes. Dude, we may have to jump ahead, bro. She needs to get to a fucking point here, boss. Because I'm getting tired of her fucking, her, you know, can we get a response from Kanye?
Kanye never wrote this statement. One of his handlers did, but he said, my eyes are now wide open and I now realize that I've been used to spread messages that I don't believe in.
Ooh.
I am distancing myself from politics and completely focusing on being creative.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in these fucking grifters.
Now, that was not the most honest interpretation of things, and I reflect.
Oh, it was not honest. She's gonna tell you what Kanye really meant, guys.
On it, and I'm so grateful that I called Mike Cernovich and I said, like, why is Kanye doing this? Why is he saying this? I have pictures of him standing over the guy, directing him on what he thought was cool with the logo. Like, should I drop them? And Cernovich gave me really sound advice and said, don't. You have no idea what he's going through. And I'm grateful to Cernovich for that, because I now know what Kanye was going through. And what that pressure is like, and when they come for your family and come for everything.
Nervous
and it's
breakdown.
like, all you have to do is disavow this or disavow that, and everything will go back to normal. So yeah, Kanye, I totally understand it. It makes perfect sense to me why you had to say that.
Dude, Kanye is a scoundrel. But dude, did you see what she just did? She is like, dude, I'm really curious to see what's coming up with the how she's going to relate this to TPUSA, boss.
Anyways, I think I was saved. And I look back and I think I was saved by this weird pull that I had to go to the UK. It was, now I realize, an unexpected anomaly. My husband. how I met him. This unplanned trip on nobody's calendar. Nobody was setting it up. I just like, Charlie, get a meeting with whoever, make anything happen. I need to be in the UK. I just think that like something good will happen if we go to the UK. And it's kind of beautiful that the person that Charlie reached out to and said, can you put together just any place for Candace and I to speak at, was John and Irina Mappin, the lone donors who wrote that beautiful letter that has impacted the world, like true friends of Charlie, who stood up and said that what Turning Point USA is doing is wrong. So yeah, we had an event, and obviously
Dude, what is that letter? Ron? Dude, I'm curious about this letter. There's a letter? What did she say the name was?
Firstly, I had friends of Charlie who stood up and said that what Turning Point USA is doing has impacted the world. The lone donors that was John and Irina Mappin.
John and Irina Mappin. John Mappin. John Mappin. Okay. John Mappin letter, Turning Point USA. Dude, I don't know. I am not aware of what this was. Oh, fuck, bro. Look at this, though, dude. This is crazy. Is this true? Is it true that he was in the Epstein list? Right? John Mappin. Okay. This is fucking crazy. Okay. So John Mappin, hold on. Dude, this is crazy, dude. So John Mappin is a British hotelier businessman known for conspiracy theories. Shocking, right? He spread a bunch of COVID misinformation. He fucking was connected to like praising Putin, hired Nigel Farage. Mappin's name does appear in Epstein's little black book, a contact list used by Epstein. No fucking way, bro. And he says he never met Epstein or was never a guest. Okay? Right? But so John Mappin is in Epstein's book, his little black book. John Mappin is like, you know, denies it. And John Mappin, though, then is the guy who helped start TPUSA in fucking in the UK, bro. What in the actual fuck, boss? Like, what is going on, dude? And a weird allegiance for Russia. But here's the letter he wrote. Okay, so here's the letter. So John Mappin wrote a letter to TPUSA. Okay, here's John Mappin's letter. Wow, Jesus, dude. All right, here we go. So John and his wife, okay, wrote a letter that's entitled Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, and the Pursuit of Truth. Okay? Charlie Kirk built Turning Point USA on transparency, free speech, and a relentless pursuit of truth. We are witness to that. If Candace Owens had been assassinated, Charlie would have torn apart every lie and devoted every working day and night to uncovering the full truth. He would not have trusted the authorities to deliver justice. He would have demanded it from the rooftops. If Charlie had remained here, not the other way around, Charlie would have left no stone unturned until the full truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth was known. Charlie would not have trusted the authorities to get to the truth and to ensure justice. This guy really likes the word truth, guys. It's like 50 times already. Charlie would not have waited for the funeral or memorial to happen. He would have gotten to work immediately. He would have worked night and day to uncover exactly what had happened to his great friend. Consider this. Charlie did not sleep for several days and several nights just to ensure that J.D. Vance became the vice presidential nominee. And although that job was supremely important for the country and its future, it was still ultimately simply helping to secure a job promotion. Candace is working to get to the truth of who killed Charlie Kirk and why they did it. Charlie's execution is an assassination with potentially far-reaching political consequences for America and the world. This guy is in the Epstein Black Book, by the way, the guy writing this letter. What we have seen so far beggars belief. A crime scene apparently completely destroyed in days, and plenty of evidence that simply does not seem to add up. This investigation and the truthful answer as to who is really responsible for deciding that Charlie would be executed in front of the world will affect America's future, its collective soul and conscience forever. The truth, when known, and we believe it will be known, will have far-reaching international consequences. The very idea that someone could be convicted, could receive the death penalty when there remains even the slightest shadow of doubt or a shred of uncertainty that they may not be guilty of the crime, and that Christian souls would tolerate that possibility is anathema to the teachings of Christ. Dude, this is like so dramatic, dude. I'm waiting for, trumpets to blare and locusts to fucking like fly through my room and shit. If there were circumstances where a suspect or someone standing trial for murder did not have a clean opportunity to receive the very best and fairest legal representation to present their case and defense to the world, it would have been abhorrent to Charlie Kirk. Dude, Charlie Kirk is not that pure, guys. Okay? It would go against every constitutional principle he lived, fought, and died for. Erica is in mourning. May God bless her and her family. Please give her and her family time to grieve. Any civilized culture, Christian or otherwise, allows a grieving widow 40 days of mourning to make peace with the Lord and to respect the departed. Dude, 40 days? What is this guy talking about? By the way, your 40 days are up, homie. All right? We're now at like 49 days there, boss. All right? Oh, Jesus. Those people who truly love her would gladly grant her all the space she needs. We certainly do. But you ready? But we are growing rather sick and ashamed of seeing people criticize Candace for doing her level best to get to the bottom of and to the truth of what happened to Charlie that day. You don't have to agree with Candace on every subject that she addresses on her shows to acknowledge that much of what she is presenting on the subject of Charlie's death is extremely concerning to America and to the world. Completely valid and very relevant to the investigation. She has an army of truth seekers worldwide who are helping her in her search and research. That must be her chat, I think. This is truly a new and modern phenomenon that has never happened before. This is not 1963, and boomers need to get used to it. No one would question how bright Candace is or that she may indeed be able to help her country get to the truth. She is highly motivated to do so. In our view, the official investigation should be immediately ordered by the appropriate legal authority to proactively share everything they know with Candace and her selected team, dude. Yes, this guy is a kook, dude. He's like trying to say like, oh, the FBI and the local law enforcement should give Candace all their information. I mean, why not, dude? Let's just burn Maggie to the ground, dude. Fuck it. Give her everything, right? Oh my God. That is, if truth and real understanding of who decided, if truth and real understanding of who decided to assassinate Charlie and why is their sincere objective. That would go some way towards restoring public trust in the system. It is our view that her actions are not just the actions that any real friend would take for their friend. They are the actions of the highest order of patriotism. Dude, Scooby-Doo, where are you? Dude, this is wild. Dude, Candace's actions are service to the whole country and to the world. Beyond that, they are truly providential, divinely inspired, and metaphysical. Okay? There is a relationship between truth and all living things. There is a relationship between truth and God. Right now, you ready? Here we go. Right now, Turning Point USA is at a vital moment. Dude, how long is this fucking letter, bro? Jesus Christ, dude. This thing is like a mile long. So I think here they go into TPUSA. Okay, right now, Turning Point USA is at a vital moment. If we continue to witness the mistreatment and suppression of a young woman and a mother of her 4 young children who is doing everything she can to get to the truth about who decided that her friend and fellow freedom fighter Charlie had to die, they will lose the country and the world. Dude, so Candace has 4 kids? Dude, really? Get out. Dude, Candy O has 4 children? I didn't know that. Dude, I mean, I don't know anything about her. But, and America will have lost one of its greatest living patriots only to see these factors against which he fought and died for win. Candace's extremely valid point that hers has so far been one of the only public voices from Charlie's closest friends questioning the absurdity of some of the communications regarding what happened and demanded clarity is well made. Frankly, that point alone is shocking the world. I have been receiving calls from senior Republicans and from Turning Point donors who agree with her all last week, and they've started up again this week. Guys, we may be seeing here why the rebrand to Club America is happening, guys. Okay, I was wondering why they're rebranding to Club America in Florida. I think it may have something to do with this, right? This guy is getting calls from senior Republicans and Turning Point donors, and they're believing Candace, and so there's some schism inside Turning Point, and it's possible that Club America is going to be like, now that they have this money coming in from Charlie's death, maybe they break away from the Turning Point donors and steer it into new Club America land. I mean, we've heard Charlie talk about how his wife is way more conservative of him, like way more conservative than he is. So maybe it's going to get even crazier. They agree with Candace, but seeing the attack she is experiencing, they are terrified to voice their views publicly or to agree with her. Is that really where we are in 2025? We noticed that in one of her episodes last week, Candace felt she had needed to state that she is not suicidal, whatever the word unaliving has come to mean. Few people following the matter believe the official version. A low minority believe that the current suspect is guilty. The statistic alone is an awful commentary on the state of the official investigation. The world wants truth. The world, Charlie, and those who truly loved him and knew his purposes certainly deserve justice. But justice need not just be done. It needs to be seen to be done justly. Must be truthful, fair, and clean. Trust me, bro. I've seen the evidence. I was there, so you don't have to see it. It's just not going to cut it. If there are videos, show them. If there's evidence, show it. This is not 1963. The world is not going to accept anything less. He keeps going back to the Kennedy situation. This is not about who is right or wrong or whose theory is correct. Candace's investigation is about actually getting to the truth, whatever the truth is. The current theory for the shooter is truth. Okay, if that is a lie, then we need to know. Every episode of Candace's show since Charlie died, from her heartfelt emotional tribute to her exceptional journalism, has been incredible. Anyone who cares for the truth and who wants to know who killed Charlie for real should watch every episode in sequence. Okay? The fact is that what we were being told is his friends or simply his people who had never heard Charlie before his assassination simply does not make sense to the vast majority. It feels like gaslighting. Feels like we were being lied to. It is not hard to tell the truth to the public or to present the clear facts that illustrate the truth clearly. Now, I mean, I'm going to keep going here, but I want to, like, dude, this is a lot, dude. I mean, what's crazy about, though, is a lot of these people are coping, you know, like they're all coping with this violent, like, public death And they're already, like, we already know this guy's a 4chan conspiracy theorist guy, right? So what we have is we have a bunch of people that have lived their lives as QAnon conspiracy theory people, and now they watch this public death, and like, it's never going to not be a deep conspiracy. I feel like for the rest of their lives, they're going to chew on this and see it in every, right? Some political decision will happen 10 years from now, and they're going to be like, oh my God, this is the real answer, right? All right, he's getting into TPUSA though. You ready? It says many extremely ethical people help build Turning Point and all associated groups, Turning Point Action and Turning Point Faith. Many of these people are existing potential future donors. We know many of them. Ethical people will not stand for lies or injustice, either privately or publicly. The existing and future donors who were friends of Charlie's and those he loved deserve no less. But please spare us the absurd and evil suppression of suggesting that Candace should not be doing exactly what she's doing. She's doing no more and no less than what her friend Charlie would do for her. Her actions are far more reasonable and experienceable than an assassin's bullet to the throat. Consider for a moment the evil of possibly allowing the conviction of a potentially innocent party with the death penalty. I can only begin to imagine the wrath of God and how upset Charlie will be if an innocent man were to be executed for him, and what ill fortune would befall a Christian country and individuals that would allow this. In this sense, Christianity and a leading Christian democracy are now on trial. Oh my God, dude, they've made this biblical, right? There's a special place in eternity reserved for those who allow such an injustice. We still supposedly live in a world with the right to a fair trial, constitutional and legal right of presumption of innocence. If Turning Point and those Charlie left in charge fail to stay true to the principles and purposes on which Charlie founded it, and with which he and Candace originally breathed life into it during its formative years, then Turning Point will end up like MySpace. No way, dude. There it is. Dude, look at that. Dude, that's the fucking warning shot. Okay? And guys, I think we're seeing why the Club America rebrand is happening. You know what I'm saying? It's like it is we've talked about it, how they're already like straying from Charlie. Like I think Erica's direction is going to be very different than Charlie's direction, and there's already a battle inside. Now, somebody said, so to the person there who's crying about let's move on, this isn't about Charlie Kirk, Indy. And you need to wake up. You need to wake TF up, because right now, these people, Turning Point USA, are putting a fucking chapter in every high school in Florida. They're calling it Club America. And then they're going to go to Oklahoma. And then they're going to go to Missouri. And then they're going to go to fucking Idaho. And the fact of the matter is there is a Christian nationalist takeover happening in the country. And this Turning Point USA and Erica Kirk and these people, they're at the fucking epicenter of it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be talking about this. This is as important as anything that's going on in America right now, because this is like the future indoctrination of like trying to make every young man like a devout right-wing foot soldier, you know? And you don't know if it's so much Erica's, the donors. See, I'm like out on that, guys, because here's the thing that confuses me about this, guys. Okay, you ready? Here's the thing that confuses me is I've seen Erica with like a yarmulke at the Wailing Wall, and Erica having this deep sort of like Netanyahu connection that it felt like Charlie was not desiring. And then we have this guy writing this letter who's in the Epstein files, and Ehud Barak is in the Epstein files, and everyone around Trump is in the Epstein files. And yet Erica is like, feels like she's more with the Trump Netanyahu thing, and Charlie was more like, no, I want to be president. Where are the Epstein files? And there's some weird fucking, like, I don't know. There's something about that feels weird, which is why I said I didn't think Erica and Charlie were necessarily on the same page, right? And so all of this feels connected to fucking like the Epstein files and to Trump and to the shit that's going on in Gaza with Kushner and Witkoff and Qatar. And you know, they're trying to establish a permanent right-wing government here in America through, you know, making the House never winnable by Democrats and trying to get all the young people with Prager U and pro-Israel, pro-fucking Turning Point USA, Club America indoctrination. So all kids growing up being devout, like Netanyahu supporters and shit. There's some weird shit going on right now. You know, that is fucking, you know what I mean? It's like creeping me out. It's creeping me the fuck out, bro. And in fact, you know, the fact that like, it's like and you know, but at the same time, I feel like there's a big sort of like fracture in MAGA that if we're going to get in there with a crowbar and we're going to break this open and bust this apart, like now's kind of the time to do it, man. You know, we gotta like, you know, like break it apart from the inside out. I don't know, dude. It's just too weird. But so here it is this guy, I guess the core of this letter is calling out Turning Point USA and saying, if you guys become what Charlie is not, we're going to destroy you. And he's kind of including Candace Owens in the what TPUSA used to be, right? It will become just one more ineffective, rather dull has-been activity. I believe that God has other plans for Charlie and his legacy. A cover-up of the truth is not, in my view, part of God's plan, nor is it a Christian thing to do. I believe that people of goodwill will ensure that. Keep going, Candace. Charlie's walking with you every step of the way. He loves you deeply. And never at any time, though, blah, blah, blah. So the rest of this is all nonsense. But we read all of that. I think this is the functional thing. So this is why she brought John Mappin in. So John Mappin basically has come in. The guy from the Epstein files, from the Epstein's Black Book, has come in and said Candace is aligned with Charlie's original ideals. And if TPUSA strays from this and doesn't get on board with Candace, it's going to disappear. Okay? And so that's heavy, bro. Dude, yeah, after reading that, bro, I feel like I deserve a gift, dude.
The lone donors who wrote that beautiful letter that has impacted the world, like true friends of Charlie, who stood up and said that what Turning Point USA is doing is wrong. So yeah, we had an event, and obviously I first laid eyes on my husband, and I have told you guys the truth. I looked at him and everyone's like, why'd you get engaged after 18 days? I have never, it's inexplicable. I looked at him and I felt like I had already known him, and it felt exactly like seeing a sigh of relief. Like it felt like a sigh of relief. I was like, I need to go with him. 2 months later, and with that event in London far behind us, so that was in December that I met my husband, that I convinced Charlie, took his credit card and booked the flights. John and Arena made the event happen. 2 months later in February, something really strange happened. Someone, and I believe it was someone at BuzzFeed, cut a clip of a video.
Was it Benny Johnson?
From the Q&A portion of that UK event. This is, again, over 2 months later. And they stripped the question that was asked of me. You'll remember the scandal. What I'm about to tell you about this is crazy. Again, I was green, so I didn't understand why suddenly they were sharing a clip and they were saying that I was justifying Hitler, Adolf Hitler, killing Jews. A person asked me, Candace, you describe yourself as a nationalist. That is sometimes a dirty term because people don't like the words nationalism. And I answered by saying, well, that's because they wrongly attributed to Adolf Hitler and he wasn't a nationalist. I didn't even mention Jews at all. I'm going to actually show you what I said, and I was standing next to Charlie when I said it, which is relevant. Take a listen.
Yeah, I agree. I actually don't have any problems at all with the word nationalism. I think that it gets, the definition gets poisoned by elitists that actually want globalism. Globalism is what I don't want. So when you think about whenever we say nationalism,
dude, globalism is what we fucking need, guys. That's what's so dumb, right? Like, nationalism is so dumb. It is. Like, nationalism is a fucking, it's like power grabbing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a global economy, we have a global humanity, we have a global environment, right? Globalism is absolutely the way to go, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we are all citizens of the world, right? Otherwise, nationalism is like, then you get into resource hoarding and extracting and protectionism and separatism. And then you start worrying about immigration and right? And everything becomes about, trying to protect your little slice of the pie, even if it's like harming the greater world, which is harming your slice of the pie, right? Like, the fact of the matter is this, is we cannot escape our connections to the rest of the world. Okay, if we hoard all our resources to be nationalists and protectionists and make money, and it causes the rest of the world to suffer, it comes back to us. We don't get to escape the poverty on the other side of the world. If there's a financial crash on the other side of the world, even if it doesn't affect us today, we don't escape the effects of it later on. You know what I'm saying? We just don't, bro. It's like so fucking... And anybody who says otherwise is ignoring. It's like, if you think about the earth as an organism, we're all a part of it. It's like your body, dude. Nationalism is like your hand decides, fuck the rest of the body. I'm just going to start operating in a way that only benefits the forearm and the hand. And then pretty soon your feet aren't getting any blood because your arm's taking all the blood. Dude, it's stupid. The whole fucking body, the whole organism needs to be working together, man. It's so dumb, dude.
The first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. He was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. The problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to...
Dude, she's wondering why she got pushed back here. Did you hear what she just said? She just said, oh, if Hitler was just trying to make Germany great, well, fine. But the real problem was he wanted to go take territory outside of Germany. It's like, really? No, the real problem is the people he put in fucking railway cars in concentration camps. Candace, you fucking idiot. Like, what the hell, dude? No, the real problem is he just wanted too much. Dude.
Globalize. He wanted everybody to be German, everybody to be speaking German, everybody to look a different way. That's not, to me, that's not nationalism.
No, the real problem was that thing called the Holocaust. You fucking... I know, dude. What is she doing? Oh my God, bro. And she's wondering, like, oh, they got mad because I said something about nationalism.
So in thinking about how it could go bad down the line, I don't really have an issue with nationalism. I really don't. I think that it's okay. It's important to retain your country's identity and to make sure that what's happening here, which I think is incredibly worrisome in terms of
Yeah. Do you remember what Candace just said? How, like, I didn't even mention the Jews is what she said. And it's like, Candace, right? Candace, that's why the fact that you talked about Hitler and what his real problem was, and you never mentioned the Jewish people, therein lies the rub. That's how they divined that you were like throwing all of them under the bus. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, dude.
The decrease in the birth rate that we're seeing in the UK is what you kind of want to avoid. So I don't have I have no problems with nationalism. It's globalism that I try to avoid.
Now I know that these online campaigns are inorganic and that what actually happened was this was a hit. This was a hit.
Dude, it was not a hit, Candace. It was not a hit. Dude. Oh my God, bro.
They pulled the clip, and then a bunch of people were articles saying that I supported Adolf Hitler.
No, I don't know it's about you supporting Adolf Hitler, but you clearly said the only bad thing he did was wanting to go global and wanting to make everyone German, and you totally glossed over the real fucking problem with Hitler.
And that I said if Hitler had just wanted to make Germany great again, then okay, fine.
That's what you did say. That was your exact quote.
Fine. No context again. And it was like a severe cancel culture attack saying that I supported Jews being killed in the Holocaust. It was insane.
Dude, she doesn't get it, right? Like, how does she not get it? You know what I mean? Dude.
Again, Charlie and I were very new, and this was very scary. We were kind of coming upon a high point and going, why do people want to destroy us? We don't know what this is. And at the same time, the Simon Wiesenthal Center, and this is, again, another interesting piece of this, issued a statement against my comments. The Simon Wiesenthal Center, we're like the official Holocaust people, and this girl is obviously supporting Hitler. It was heavy. It was it was so heavy. And I laugh in retrospect because I thought it was all real. I didn't realize this was a matrix of people who wanted to pull me and Charlie apart. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to put pressure on him. So donors would pressure him and be like, hey, she's supporting Hitler. It's such a bad look. And then...
Now I just realized why we've had 20 minutes of this, guys. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had 20 minutes of this because she is establishing, right? Do you see what she's doing? Guys, do you see what she's doing? She's being very, like the subtext of Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk is Israel, okay? That's the subtext. And Trump is starting to be in that parenthetical, okay? But yes, it's Israel. It is like, it is her fallout with Ben Shapiro and Daily Wire. It is Tucker Carlson's separation with like Tucker Carlson and TPUSA and Charlie hanging with Tucker Carlson, TPUSA donors backing off, Netanyahu now getting involved post Charlie Kirk. So her subtext of the Charlie Kirk killing is Israel and perhaps the Trump administration, right? And TPUSA and maybe Erica being a part of this, like going against Charlie's values. But Charlie was like not Israel, and she was not Israel. So what she's been doing is she's been building up about how she had, right? Look at what she did. How God led her to Kanye West, okay? And then Kanye West was told, nope, don't go with them. And then Kanye went his own way. But we know that Kanye, where he went, right? He went down the pipeline, okay? But Kanye was told to stay away from her and Charlie. Then they found John Mappin. And then John Mappin was like, oh, it was another divine connection. But now they're saying Hitler. And now like the Jewish people, right? The Zionists or whatever are out to get her and Charlie and to pull them apart. So she is like setting up the foundation of what she's trying to say now that Israel did Charlie. She is setting this up by saying, oh, this started in 2018 before we even got big. You see what she's doing? Like, I mean, I gotta hand it to her. She's crafty, okay? That is a, like, that's a pretty crafty setup, you know? Like, and I mean, I believe that to her, this is like her evidentiary basis, right? You know, she trusts, like, all her evidence is like, oh, I feel it. It's a feeling. I'm, you know, it's a hunch, right? They don't have anything on paper. They just have a bunch of divine interventions, right? This is pretty wild, dude. It is, dude. Candy O, though, like now I see how like TPUSA is like fucked, bro. Okay, TPUSA is really in trouble, bro. She's gonna fucking sink them, dude. She's gonna sink them, dude. She's gonna sink them.
They would find me broken and scared and upset and going, I don't know how Jewish people could think that I would support Hitler. And that's what I was saying. And this amazing thing happened that despite this, that the hand that came out to me and offered me a job was PragerU. PragerU offered me a job. This is early 2019.
Of course, dude. As soon as, like, right? Everybody says you like Hitler, and PragerU's like, hi, I'm Dennis Prager. You want to join the team? Dude, doesn't that just make so much sense? Right? She just got called out for like Hitler, and Dennis Prager's like, hey, you want a job? Dude, this is comedy, bro. Oh my God.
And it was like, hey, like, we know that you don't believe these things. And at the time I thought they were just being friends. I don't know what to think anymore. Marissa Straight, the CEO, has never shied from telling people that she is, in the IDF. She worked intelligence in the IDF, right, in Israel. And I took the job with them, and Charlie and I still climbed together, but we were also working apart at the same time. We kept doing the campuses and the campus tours, but I was officially working for PragerU. And one of the first things that happened, almost the way it feels to me, was like, we can save you, but here's what you have to do, was Marissa took me to the Simon Wiesenthal Center.
Yeah, dude, she's absolutely portraying herself as the chosen one. That's what she's doing, dude. She is like centering herself, right? She's crazy. A lot of what she's saying about the Charlie Kirk incident is spot on. Yeah. Well, so here's what's hard though, DFT, right? Is like, here's what's hard is, obviously there's going to be a trial and we're going to see the evidence and shit. And sure, some of this shit doesn't add up, but like a lot of shit about murders, especially public gnarly ones that we all witness and get group PTSD. It's hard. Like sometimes shit just doesn't all add up. But what's hard is everyone in this realm, right? If you look at Candace Owens, Dennis Prager, all the people she talked about, Charlie Kirk, Mike Cernovich, right? This John Mappin guy, all of them and all of their like fan base are like QAnon conspiracy theorist people, right? So what's crazy about it is there's no way that Charlie Kirk could have been killed where it wouldn't have been a conspiracy to these guys, right? And now, because of the internet and because of the passing of misinformation where somebody puts something out on Twitter as fact and then it gets into our psyche, everything feels like a conspiracy theorist now. Like conspiracy theories are just so easy to manifest because I can get on Twitter right now and probably see something that's like, ooh, ties Israel to Charlie Kirk's death. And it'll sound legitimate, right? And it may even seem like well-sourced from an account with a check mark. You know what I mean? It's like everything we live in now is like so far out of reality. And again, though, the more that they do conspiracies, the more they all make money, right? So for her, if it's a conspiracy, she can talk about this for a year, right? So can John Mappin. So can, whatever, all the gun guys that are talking about his death. Like everybody now, it's like the Trump effect, right? Trump generates money by the chaos and lies he brings to politics. And conspiracies about Charlie's death generate money, as opposed to if his death is actually an open shut case, there's no money there. You know what I'm saying? But if his death is 50 conspiracy theories, like, my God, we can all cash register that for years, right? Mo content. Yeah. So yeah. And I mean, obviously a lot of this shit doesn't add up, it doesn't. But let me just tell you guys, as somebody who, I'm not like an assassination buff, but I'm a serial killer buff. Okay. And I have been since I was little, and I followed, I lived in a neighborhood when the Hillside Strangler in LA, we had just moved to Los Angeles, and a girl, my older sister's age, got kidnapped and murdered like, I don't know, a quarter mile from where we lived in the valley. And I became obsessed with serial killers, being around them in, you know, they were all over LA in the 70s and 80s, and then Ted Bundy and the Green River Killer. And then I made friends with a guy at Dark Horse Comics who introduced me to one of the sheriff's detectives in Seattle that caught the Green River Killer, and I became his pen pal. And so I've been studying serial killers for like 40 years now in a pretty obsessive way. And let me just tell you, when you go and look at like Ted Bundy, some of his kidnappings and shit, they don't make sense. The timelines, right? Like the 1 minute window with which Ted Bundy went in and kidnapped this girl is like, it's like they don't make sense. These crimes defy reality because they're just like a perfect set of dominoes falls to where like Ted Bundy like pulls this girl towards his car the minute a dude turns his back and doesn't see them. Ted Bundy goes back to the scene on a bike and finds an earring that belonged to the girl, and he gets it right before the cop car pulls in. I mean, there's all kinds of shit where when you see it, it doesn't really quite add up, but it does. So there's always some of that. And I think it's all getting exploited to a huge degree, you know, but I don't know, maybe she is right. But what I do know is that TPUSA and now Club America is really dangerous, guys. Okay, the follow-up to Charlie Kirk, with Charlie Kirk being gone and them putting Club America / TPUSA in high schools, that's dangerous. That's going to affect our country having like a Christian Taliban government here. And I think we need to be very vigilant, and we all need to be getting involved locally to prevent this shit from happening. Like if you have kids in a school, you need to get involved with your school board now and make sure that this right-wing fucking religious zealot shit doesn't end up in your kids' classrooms, or like we're going to be fucked. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I mean, like we have to get in there, guys. The time for ignoring this shit is no more. Okay? Like Donald Trump and this bullshit with Trump and the Heritage Foundation, this isn't the end point, guys. Like, I don't think Trump's going to get authoritarianism, and I don't think Trump's going to get the shit that he's trying to get, but I think Trump right now is trying to knock out foundational pieces of our government's protection system. So down the road, 20 years from now, when they condition all the young men to be like Christian warrior guys, they're playing the long game of like 50 years from now, right? He's trying to take a hammer to foundations so they can brainwash the kids of tomorrow and set it up for, you know, for decades from now. And we gotta not let that happen, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Dude, it's like, this is the beginning of the fight. And I think it's a good fight though, because I think it's, you know, it's about like, I don't know, that age of Aquarius, that higher level of compassion. And, you know, I think if we go through this fight, we're going to end up with less racism. We're going to end up with less xenophobia, you know, but we're not going to get through it by like pretending it's not happening, you know what I mean?
And again, I was so grateful. I was like, who do I have to say sorry to so that they know that I don't hate Jews? This is what happened. I'm telling you, this is what happened in 2019.
All right. So, but I have to stop with Candace Owens right now. I feel like that mind warp was fucking crazy. And it leads us, though, into our next topic. We're going to blow through a couple other topics here quick, guys. Okay? But wow, that was a fucking that was some brain rot, wasn't it? Dude. Oh, dude, like, seriously, melts my brain. Dude, Catholic Church, Dude, time warp. Let's do the time warp again. Dude, this shit is brain melting. So let's transition to the TPUSA, and then we'll flit over to the gun girl. All right, because we'll end on some levity, and then we'll hit our dance party. But so the TPUSA shit is what's going pretty wild right now. Okay, is that Florida? Okay. Ron DeSantis announced this, okay? Right? It's right, where is it? This is the big announcement, okay? Let me see here. Right here, okay? Dude, why is it a Chinese? Somebody posted this in Chinese. Okay. Let me just Google it first. All right. So here's what he did. Is he announced a partnership with Turning Point USA, okay? And he's retiring. No, I wish. Now, so let's be very clear here, guys, okay? We have to start what we're talking about here based on what the evangelical Christians have been doing for the last, 10 years, okay? And what they've been doing is there's a couple terms they've thrown around. Right? Woke mind virus, indoctrination, grooming. Okay. Now, the root of the evangelical power grab in the culture wars has been this idea that they like to call transgender people and their existence, they call it transgender ideology, right? They call it LGBTQ ideology. Okay. And their basic argument has been that, a pride flag in a class isn't about protecting gay kids. It is part of an ideology trying to put gay ideology, trans ideology into the world, into your children. It's the devil, it's demons at work, etc. But the kicker is none of that is happening. What's really happening is that they have an agenda, okay? The evangelical people are the ones with the agenda, and their agenda is a completely Christian, completely evangelical, controlled environment where kids are indoctrinated into the religion from little on to where they love God, they love America, they love their government, they'll do whatever you tell them, okay? They want to indoctrinate everybody. They want their ideology in every corner of our culture. They want it in schools, the 10 Commandments on the walls, the Bible readings, the prayers. They want it in government. They want crosses everywhere. They want their statues, their fucking racist Confederate heroes that were men of God and all this shit. But they're the ones with the agenda. They're the ones with the ideology. They're the ones trying to control and indoctrinate. That's why when they see Zoran Mamdani, they're like, Sharia. But it's like, dude, Mamdani doesn't want Sharia law. He just wants to govern. He's a Muslim, but he's not trying to put Sharia law in fucking New York City. But the Christians want to put the biblical law in New York City and LA and Chicago and Portland and everywhere. So that's the foundational element of this is the Christians want to indoctrinate. And guys, look no further than this thing. Okay, can I just show you? There was a tweet I replied to earlier today. He's like some congressional representative in Texas. Okay, but here's what he said. And it seems innocuous, whatever. It's a Christian guy doing his thing. But look at his tweet, okay? Because it was so telling, okay? Because his tweet was, let me find it. His tweet was this. Oh, almost there. God, I tweet a lot. This guy, okay? Alexander Duncan. He's a candidate for Senate in Texas. Okay? He's probably not going to win. Got a whatever 25-gallon hat on. But look what he says here. Oh, no. That's not the guy. Sorry. My bad. I fucked up. That's a different tweet. Wait a sec. It was before that. It is. All right, dude, come on, bro. Oh, here it is. All right, is this guy, Dusty Deevers. Okay, he's an Oklahoma state senator. Okay, so Dusty Deevers here, right? Follower of Christ, whatever, Oklahoma state senator. But look at what he wrote. Okay, he wrote, I love my nation and want it to be Christian. Okay? And guys, this is the root of our situation here, right? This is the root. Guys, I love my nation and want it to be Christian. And this is like all of the evangelicals, okay? They want America to be Christian. And they will not stop short of that. Okay? So what they do is they call it transgender ideology and they say there's a gay agenda because they have an agenda. So their assumption is you must have an agenda. Or maybe they know you don't have an agenda and they're just saying they do because then that gives them a reason to stomp it out. See, I don't know which it actually is. I don't know if they actually believe there's a gay agenda or if they just know that by saying there's a gay agenda and calling it an ideology, then that gives them the power to push their shit in, right? You know what I mean? It's like the created enemy, right? Do you know that concept? There's a strategy. Okay, there's a strategy for closeness. This is something that, you could use in schools, right? It's a great strategy in schools. You go to a new school, you have trouble fitting in, all you have to do is find a common enemy, right? If you can create a common enemy, you create a bad guy, then that's a way to build closeness. And this is something that these evangelicals do very well. They create a common enemy. They find an enemy. And once there's an enemy, then they are now the good guys. Then there's a need for what they're pushing to vanquish. You know what I'm saying? And you're right, Bama girl. I think they do know. I think they know that this is just a way to get power. But anyway, so this foundation, okay, is how we got here. So now the death of Charlie Kirk has led these evangelicals to be like, this is our moment. Okay, we have our moment. We have some national sympathy. We have this sort of like what they can call a political assassination. They can dovetail it on top of Donald Trump's fake ear thing. They can use it as like they're trying to silence Christians. They're trying to kill Christianity. It goes great with their Islamophobia and their attack on Muslim politicians. And so now they've taken the opportunity to let's put TPUSA in schools. Let's get these groomers that have been working with Charlie Kirk and let's get them in schools so we can get these kids to be pro-Israel, to be pro-Zionism, to be, pro-Trumpism and MAGA and anti-LGBTQ, and they can start cultivating this environment of bullying and mob rule, right? Because mob mentality works really well in schools. It does. Mob tactics, it absolutely does. Because kids, there's a lot of peer pressure. You can't really be a lone voice. It's hard to stand up to opposition in schools. Mob rule really functions well in the school environment. So they're doing it on two folds of attack, okay? Like one fold is that Donald Trump trying to weaken the Department of Education so there will be no protection for LGBTQ students. And then they're going to put like PragerU curriculum into the schools themselves. They're going to introduce PragerU materials into the actual school curriculum. So you're going to be learning versions of slavery and America's history and American exceptionalism and Christianity in America that is from the PragerU propaganda point. That's head one of the dragon. And head two of the dragon is what Ron DeSantis is doing here, which is Governor DeSantis announces partnership with Turning Point USA. All right. Florida leaders want students to be able to form chapters of the conservative group in high school. Now, TPUSA is trying to do this. They're trying to put TPUSA in every high school and every middle school, guys. They want to get young. But as you might imagine, there's an insane amount of pushback already because everywhere where there's like not full conservative people, the parents are pushing back on this shit because we know Charlie Kirk was not an innocent arbiter of truth, that Charlie Kirk was a racist, misogynist, transphobic person who used the scripture to get an inroad into trying to warp kids' minds, okay? And so they're trying to get into schools, but now, right, it says Charlie Kirk's memory will inspire Florida students for years to come, both through a debate prize and state policy regarding the group he founded. And this is Ron DeSantis's new announcement that there's going to be a TPUSA chapter in every high school, but they're rebranding it. They're not calling it Turning Point USA. They're calling it Club America. Okay, right here. All right. So it says, look, earlier this month, it was reported that an effort to start a Turning Point chapter was briefly resisted at a high school in Suwannee County, but soon enough, the student who wanted to start one was allowed to. That partnership will ensure such miscommunications don't happen again. So it says right here, okay, Ron DeSantis, the state is rolling out what Ron DeSantis called a partnership with Turning Point USA that is designed to ensure his legacy expands throughout the state. We want to make sure that all high schools in Florida, anybody in a high school that wants to start a state Club America chapter will be able to do so, okay? There shouldn't be any impediments to that, and certainly no discrimination. We're not going to allow that. Now, look at that, guys. They are calling, like, if you don't want a right-wing, indoctrinating, Christianity-based Club America organization, they're calling it discrimination, guys. Right? Wow, bro. And again, though, dude, again, this shit is coming from like Turning Point USA. But you notice they're not calling it Turning Point USA, guys. They're calling it Club America. Okay? I think this is really important because they're rebranding it. Okay? They are rebranding it. And that is really big. This is TPUSA's announcement. Florida to help students establish Club America chapters on every high school with state's full support. Okay? So they are distancing themselves from the fucking Turning Point USA brand. And now, guys, let me tell you, the reason why they're calling it Club America is because of Candace Owens, guys. And because of the negatives and the conspiracy theories and the Israel ties that are suspected, and all of that shit is being attached to Turning Point USA, okay? And so they're now at this weird crossroads where they are going to branch away from Charlie into this new Club America vein, which is probably going to be, I mean, I guarantee you it's going to be worse. It's going to be more severe. It's going to be more like overtly political. Okay. Right. It's fucking, they're fucking getting into it, dude. All right. He announced Monday a partnership with Turning Point USA to ensure students can establish a Club America chapter on every Florida high school as part of an initiative to promote civics and free discourse. But here's the problem, guys, is while they're promoting Club America on the Florida high school, they're going to be getting rid of pride flags. They're going to be getting rid of, like Gay Straight Alliance, LGBTQ clubs, right? It's not like they're promoting free discourse. What they're doing is they're promoting free right-wing discourse while simultaneously dismantling every other discourse that's not right-wing. Okay? Right? It's big culty. Big time, right? And what does it say here? It says, look at this. Look at this, guys. You ready? Look at this statement. Florida Commission of Education 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗀 said, he warned anyone who blocks a student or teacher from starting a chapter will be met with the full force of the law. Right? You see that, guys? I mean, can I break that down for you in more simple terms? It's like your school district, your school will allow the infiltration of this Club America, Turning Point USA, evangelical fascist founders organization will be allowed on your school. And if you don't, the government is going to come in. They're weaponizing the government to force a Christian-based evangelical child grooming organization into every public school. Like the separation of church and state is gone. Okay? It's like, it's essentially ICE, but Christianity now. Not, hey, does your school have this Christian organization funded by MAGA Trump billionaires? No, it doesn't. Gun to your head, get this into your school now. And if you try to stop it, we're going to use the full force of the law. The same full force of the law they're using to get rid of like rainbow crosswalks, get the pride flags out of school, to take away transgender people's rights, to overturn gay marriage, perhaps, right? Like they're going full biblical. Now, what's crazy about this, guys, is how this ties into Donald Trump's dismantling of the government. Because what they're doing here, right? This thing saying, if you don't get this religious chapter in your school, or we're going to use the full force of the law, normally the Department of Education would go, whoa, guys. I'm sorry, but you can't threaten to use the full force of the state law to push religious doctrine into a public school. That's unconstitutional, guys. You can't do that. The Department of Education would normally file a lawsuit and they'd win. They'd get an injunction. They'd be able to prevent these guys from forcing this shit into fucking these schools. But that's why he dismantled the Department of Education, guys. Okay, I've said this before. I said this during the campaign. Donald Trump is dismantling the Department of Education so Christianity can be infused into public schools. That's been it the whole time. That's why, Project 2025 is after. And you're right, Miss Felony Strutter. It did not work in OKC. Okay, it did not. OKC fought off. Ryan Walters got caught with naked women on his school monitor and he got the boot. But like, this is, Florida's the next hotspot. I mean, they're going to try this in every single state, guys. This is big. Let's watch their clips, shall we? Let's see the clip.
Go nastygram and then drop the hammer. So that will happen.
Drop the hammer.
We're also today announcing a partnership with Turning Point we want to make sure that all high schools in Florida, anybody in a high school that wants to start a state Club America chapter will be able to do so. There shouldn't be any impediments to that, and certainly no discrimination. We're not going to allow that. And any school or school district that does try to discriminate, that man right there will probably first send you a nastygram and then drop the hammer. So that.
Dude, wow. And then, but he called it a state Club America, right? A state. It's like partnering with TPUSA to make TPUSA's child grooming arm of the high schools a state. It's like they're fusing it with the government, guys. Okay? Now watch, here's his little threat.
And I wasn't going to talk about it, but the governor continues to remind folks that I was a former prosecutor down in Miami, and the reality is accountability will be front and center when it comes to education. Let me be very clear if you haven't received the message already. If you try to serve as an obstacle, if you are a hurdle, if you get in the way of any student or teacher trying to start a Turning Point USA chapter, you will be met with the full force of the law.
Dude, like, if you're an obstacle, right? Oh, I used to be a prosecutor. It's more of the threats and the finger wagging. If you are even an obstacle, if you try to resist, we will use the full force of the government to fucking stomp you out. That's some scary fucking shit, guys. Like, you know what I mean? That is some like, you know, holy war kind of shit that they're throwing around. Like, oh yeah, now the government is going to force you to put religious religious organizations in your schools, organizations that promote bigotry, right? Ron DeSantis says no discrimination, but this organization promotes discrimination, racism, misogyny, transphobia. I mean, dude, yeah, dark times. No shit, guys. Dark fucking times, bro. This shit is wild, boss. This is what we're up against, guys. This is the battle. You know what I mean? This is the battle. And they have a lot of power, you know? Yeah, well, you know what's funny, Dushan? Is teachers are fucking fleeing, right? I do remember the Heritage Foundation guy saying the revolution will be bloodless if you let it. It's not going to be bloodless, I don't think, because we're not going to let it. We're not going to acquiesce to these guys. But teachers are fleeing Florida, dude. Like, dude, Kool-Aid, we got you. Teachers are fleeing. Like, obviously, nobody wants to teach in Florida if they're not going to be able to even express their First Amendment rights without the government, like, you know, coming down on them, like, with a howitzer. You know, dude, this shit is wild, guys. Okay? This is wild. But he says free speech and civil discourse are essential to the survival of a democratic republic unless your free speech involves anything that's not Christian right-wing ideology. He says today those ideals are under threat. 1/3 of college students believe violence is acceptable to silence speech they find objectionable. Right? Nothing illustrates this threat more clearly than Charlie Kirk, right? While trying to have a conversation with the other side. Dude, he was killed by his own side, man. Dude, that is crazy. So they're saying Turning Point clubs foster an environment for healthy discourse on topics impacting our country and citizens. If public schools try to unlawfully shut down these student groups, we will take appropriate legal action. So there it is, guys. The battle lines are drawn, and Florida is going to get gnarly, dude. It is going to get gnarly. But Club America, guys. So again, they've rebranded, okay? They have rebranded. Look at their Club America. Look at their video here. What do you notice about their Club America video, guys? Right? I know you notice it. You notice that we watched this video that every single person in this video is white. Right? Tell me you notice it. Club America, welcome to the white guys. Right? It's pretty obvious what it is. You know? Dude. Pretty crazy. This is their new shit. Okay? Winner, risk taker, leader. 1,200 plus high school chapters and counting. Club America is the leading youth movement for freedom-loving American values. We empower bold student leaders to promote free thinking, engage in grassroots activism, and bring their beliefs to life, both on and off campus. We support with support from 54 full-time field representatives. Club leaders receive eye-catching materials, resources, and guidance to host impactful events. But this is what it is, guys. This isn't like go be a belief person out there espousing your political ideals. It's not free thinking. That's it. What it is it's eye-catching materials, resources, and guidance from those field representatives to show you what you're supposed to be, what events you're hosting, right? This is all fucking, right? This is all their shit. And right now, if you look, it's red states, right? There's one in Southern Oregon. There's one in Washington. There's not one in Portland. Creepy, isn't it? Oh, man, boss. What's their weekly poll? What will you do with your extra cash? Dude, I don't even want to take the poll, dude. I'm gonna stay away. I'm afraid they're gonna dox me. Right? Ready to amplify patriotic voices on campus? Order a free Club America kit. Step onto your school grounds fully equipped with everything you need to bring Club America to life. Together we rise. Freedom to learn, freedom to choose. I pledge allegiance. See, what's crazy though is they're like adopting, right? Look at that. They're using like freedom to choose, right? But they're like taking like pro-choice. You see how they're like adopting some of the language? You know what I mean? This is the shit that they do, man. Right? Pledge allegiance to the flag the classroom, right? They want to get that allegiance pledging again, right? Dedicated to placing an American flag in every classroom, right? And of course, they want to get rid of the fucking pride flags. But again, it is all fucking white people, right? You see it? It's all white people, dude. It is all like specifically going after like white men. Club America is truly moving the hearts and minds, inspiring a new wave of conservatism and love of country. We are changing the nation and shaping a more free and more prosperous future for America, right? But yeah, this is their new project, guys. High school resources. Look at what their activism theme library has, right? Flag the classroom, always love America, taxes are shady, right? Free the first, unless you're gay, right, or trans. America's roots, okay? Second Amendment, big tech bites, socialism sus, right? God forbid you get health care. No health care for you. No child care for you. Right? Big government scares, except when it's like ICE putting a gun to your head. Made in America, register to vote. We love our vets, love liberty, love your land, school choice, thankful for capitalism. Israel, of course, and America the champions. Oh my God, dude. Look at that shit, bro. Yeah. I mean, guys, they're on it. This is funded, guys. They have their talking points. Okay? No benefits for you, right? No taxes, which means there's no money for help for you. So if there's no taxes, right? If there's no taxes, the rich people run it all. Okay? Right? Fucking guns, First Amendment, flags, never doubt America, never say anything bad about that. The vets, aka pro-military, capitalism, your land, your stolen land, liberty. But liberty, remember the difference between liberty and freedom, right? They use that because liberty is like freedom for just them, right? Liberty is where you get freedom while simultaneously removing the freedom of everything that's demonic or satanic. And then Israel, right? Why does Israel have why is that in there, guys? Man, guys, isn't this crazy? Yeah, because Jesus was a big time capitalist. Bro. Here's the first people we've seen that are of color, right? Oh, anti-trans, right? And then there's a couple people of color. The College Scam by Charlie Kirk, which is so funny, guys, right? Because the College Scam by Charlie Kirk, but Charlie's wife, who is now the president of TPUSA, has multiple graduate degrees, guys. Multiple. She doesn't just have one PhD, she has multiple. So does her mom, right? Oh, Lord, dude. The Alliance Defending Freedom, they're one of the big funders of Project 2025. So there it is, guys. All right. Dude, this shit is deep, bro. Moving along. All right, you ready? We're going to end with some fun shit, guys. Okay? And then we're dance partying. Okay? You guys ready? We're going to end with fun shit. We're going to end with the gun girl, dude. Because Kaitlin Bennett is back, boss. Right? And then, so there's something else that we didn't get to that we'll talk about tomorrow, which is this 764 that I think we do need to talk about. You're going to start hearing about this. It's like the new warning, but the irony is 764 is this thing that the right-wingers and Trump's FBI is now warning that they're calling it like satanic, and they're saying like it's connected to CSAM, and they're luring kids to hurt animals and to send, like questionable pictures of themselves and the 764 network. But what it is, guys, is it's a right wing, right? It's a right wing fucking neo-Nazi sort of network. And they're preying on MAGA kids and MAGA anti-LGBTQ and anti-trans rhetoric. They're using like Roblox and Minecraft and Discord servers and shit. It's another way of like far right interlopers trying to corrupt kids. And in particular, guys, it's like the right-wing kids, I feel, are the ones that are super vulnerable to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they have inroads, right? It's like, you can't really, you can't go to a kid and talk about like healthcare and equity and then take them to some extreme place, right? But you can go from like anti-trans or anti-LGBTQ beliefs to extremism, okay? It's very easy to make that jump. They are a bunch of Benny Johnsons, but they're like more toxic than that. The thing about Benny Johnson is the type of guy that's making 764 be able to be successful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's fucking what's crazy, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I want to do a little more research, you know, and fucking like, dude, but so let's go to Kaitlin Bennett. Let's go to Gun Girl. We're going to finish with her, okay? Because she did some stuff, dude. All right, there's a clip that you're going to see. All right, here she is, dude. Catholic, mother, wife, pro-life, pro-poopy pants, okay? Dude, oh man, there she is, dude, right? From way back when, remember her? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Bro, look at that picture. Dude, when is that from, dude? That's from 5 years ago. Is that not the scariest? Like, oh! Dude, is that not the scariest fucking thing you have ever seen? Bro, like, dude, can I just say, like, who looks at these people? Dude, can I just say, who looks at like these people? How do you look at Laura Loomer and not get freaked out? You know what I mean? Like when I look at her, I get the heebie-jeebies. You know what I'm saying? But like right-wing people look at her and are like, "Go Laura!" Right? Some of them find her a little extreme. But I look at her and I get the heebie-jeebies, like the chills go down the back of my neck and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like really frightening shit, dude. And yeah, something is going on, like, you know what I'm saying? But now look at her. Kaitlin Bennett used to look somewhat normal. Okay, if you look at her, Kaitlin Bennett, that's her. Somewhat normal, but like, look at her now, dude. She doesn't look like normal anymore, boss. Like, what happens? Right? Something happens, dude. Total boner repellent. Yes, dude. There is like I'm turtling right now, guys. I am fucking turtling. Dude. All right, so here we go.
Dear Charlie, a lot of time has passed since we last talked.
Dude, dear Charlie. All right, I can't watch you. All right, you ready? All right, so now let's get to this clip, okay? Okay, so let's get to her clip. The clip I want to find is the one with the wine moms. All right. Let me find it. Is this it? Oh, yeah, this is it. All right, you ready? Oh, here we go. All right. She's back. Dude, the fucking Kaitlin Bennett is back. I mean, she's still using pictures, right? Of course, forever from like, forever ago. But like, there she is. Hold on, dude. I think I gotta screen cap that. That one is just too good, bro. Dude, she gets defensive because everyone thinks she's an idiot. She does. I mean, dude, we gotta be like, let's face it, okay? Again, you know what this reminds me of, guys? It's the same shit I had with 𝗙𝗫𝗄𝗏, okay? Right? It's the shit I have with 𝗙𝗫𝗄𝗏. It's the shit I have with our capitalist, fame-based reality TV culture. Okay? Somebody does something outrageous. whether it's spit on that thing or walking onto Kent State where people died by gunfire in the 60s carrying a gun. So they've done nothing of substance. They brought no value. They brought no big ideas, no creativity, no worldview. They simply do something to create some type of viral fame. And then the minute they get the viral fame, they're allowed to be an authority and to have a fucking voice. And it's just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like, it's how you have people like Aiden fucking Ross, like telling kids what they should do politically. Or Jake fucking Paul saying, let me tell you about president. You know what I mean? It's like, my God, dude, Asmongold, right, is sitting there telling you about, you know, politics. Like, dude, unalive us all now, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what happens. You know, people that are completely unqualified, they have no worldview, they've done nothing of substance, but all of a sudden their voice is somehow elevated and people start listening to them, and then they have a podcast or they go on InfoWars or whatever. Yeah, Riley Gaines is another great example, dude. It's like idiot after idiot after idiot. All right, so here we go. Let's watch this clip, though.
Members. Whatever his name was?
Charlie Kirk, ma'am?
Yeah, him is horrible. Horrible.
Charlie Kirk is horrible?
Yes, I'm glad he's not here.
You're glad he's dead?
Yes.
Why would you say something like that, ma'am?
Because he was horrible on the campuses, the college campuses. Horrible person.
You know what? I do the exact same thing.
Well,
would
so
you be
sorry.
glad if I would die?
Maybe. I'd have to think about it. If she would die? I don't know.
Dude, the wine mom just went savage, bro.
No, I don't know you, but I didn't know him either. But he was not a good person.
He would go to college campuses
And
he would
why
go
do you
to
think he got shot? Because he wasn't a good person.
I do the exact same thing that he does.
Well, that's what
I
you're
believe,
doing right now,
actually,
too.
I believe, and he is a moderate compared to me. You would be happy if I got shot on a public college campus?
Okay.
See, one of the things, though, you see what's going on here is you see how she's escalating this, and you see how she is like, she's agitating this, okay? She is, right? She's agitating it. She goes out there, and we don't even see what happened before she cut this clip, right? But she did go out there. She gets the woman cooking on this woman's upset about Charlie Kirk, doesn't like Charlie Kirk. But then she starts feeding. Oh, you're saying you want you want bad things to happen to me? You know what I'm saying? It's like they start spinning the conversation to try to get this woman to say something in the heat of her whatever, right? Because what they do is they get the person's blood boiling, and then they try to turn the conversation and to get them to trip over something. Now, I think she's about to like slow it down and be like, hey, what are you doing? Right? Because they try to agitate, and then they try to entrap the woman in saying, oh, you're saying something bad should happen to me. So now she can be like, oh, this person said I should be dead. Blah, 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 you know?
He is a moderate compared to me. You would be happy if I got shot on a public college campus?
Okay, no, baby, no.
You have got to watch the things you say.
Dude, oh, look at her. Right? She's like, no. And then she's like, oh, you have got to watch the things you say. Look at her. She's even finger wagging. Like, dude, see, this is like InfoWars to the max. I'm going to come in. I'm going to start gaslighting. I'm going to spin the conversation around. I'm going to catch you in something. And then I'm going to put words in your mouth. And now I'm going to shame you. How dare you, like, say this? Dude, oh my God, this stuff is so toxic. Gaslighting to the extreme.
Because what you just did, that's disgusting.
Right? And now the woman realizes, oh, great. Now you've got me on camera. Now you're trying to like turn this whole thing on me. You're going to try to cancel me.
Don't point my finger at her, ma'am. You have got to watch the things you say. That is awful, ma'am. And I don't believe that you actually mean that. I think your feelings are heightened right now.
I don't mean it, but he was a horrible person. Just
How is he a horrible person?
because what he was doing to our students, what he was promoting, was horrible.
What was he promoting?
Right. Yeah, I'm done with you.
What was he promoting, ma'am?
Be done with her. She's pointing her finger in your face. And
Yes, you're a horrible person yourself. And point your finger in my face and coming to this peaceful...
Oh! Dude, she's calling her out. You see that? You're a horrible person yourself. Hold on, I have to pause it. I have to She's calling her out now, saying you're a horrible person yourself, okay? And look at what she calls her out though. You're a horrible person yourself. You're putting your finger in my face, but she calls her out for coming to our peaceful protest because that's true. Like this is what the right wing does, right? Like, for example, there's not a lot of people that go and try to agitate in right wing, like Trump rallies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are people that'll go, they're good liars. They ask them questions. They try to get them to defend their beliefs and shit, but they don't go trying to like get the Trump voters to say that Kamala should be dead or some shit and then be like, aha, you were like promoting violence, right? They don't do that. They don't go to agitate them. They go and just say like, hey, what do you like about Trump? What policies of his do you like? What do you know about his policies? What's your favorite thing he's done? They do that kind of content. But these right wingers go and look at her face. Look at her face. She's all like bitter. These right wingers go to like shame and agitate and get people mad and try to get them to like, oh, look at how outrageous these guys are. But like, this is a protest. Why are you even there? If you don't believe in the protest, don't go, right? But they're going to disrupt. And yes, she does have a bodyguard.
she's pointing her finger in your face. And
Yes, you're a horrible person yourself. And point your finger in my face and coming to this peaceful demonstration.
Take your mic-
Why would you, and put it in my face.
Go down the road here.
I am utterly speechless right now.
Oh,
Let this be proof right now. These people are not peaceful just because they're not.
dude, I am utterly speechless right now. Let this be proof that these people are not peaceful. Look at her, dude. Oh my God.
Let this be proof right now. These people are not peaceful just because they're not actually committing physical acts of violence right now. They would celebrate if you died. If you believe even a modicum of what Charlie Kirk believed in, if you have dialogue like that, if you want to go out there and talk to people about any issue that they even want to bring to you to talk about, they'll celebrate your death. Right here, we see it at the No Kings protest. That is disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
You know what? As you can see, this is what a little conservative girl has to have with her to have a dialogue with liberals these days. And for
Dude, yeah, but there's a thing that's cut out though, okay? Because there was a thing at the end of this, right? And then look, afterwards they try to go after her, right? You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, look, make her famous. Now they want to ruin this woman's life, okay? You know what I'm saying? They go to the event looking for someone to just ruin their life, trying to get some agitation. But there was an end though. Like, let me show you. She cut it out, okay? But let me find it. Oh, where is it? Yeah, this is the one. Watch this. All right, here we go. Watch. Here we go.
dead,
Yes. College campuses.
that is the same thing.
Maybe.
Oh, here's what it was.
Would you be glad if I would die?
Maybe. I'd have to think about it.
You should be ashamed of
You
yourself.
should be ashamed of yourself.
Your friend just said she'd be happy if I died.
I think we need to
whatever his name was.
Dude, there's the one. You should be ashamed of yourself. Right? There it is.
Maybe. I'd have to think about it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Your friend just said she'd be happy if I died.
Whatever.
Dude, this is crazy. See, again, guys, this is the shit that, like, this is the shit that bothers me, okay? Because, like, I get with people when people are mocking the death or mocking the seriousness of what happened to Charlie Kirk, and I get how painful that is, despite the fact that, like, there's still a First Amendment. People are allowed to be tasteful or tasteless, and they're allowed to get people fired for being tasteless. Like, they're allowed to do that too if they want to engage in cancel culture, right? All of that is allowed, as unfortunate as it is, and even though it runs against what Charlie Kirk would do. But what is so bad about this, guys, is how she's going there specifically to find a left-wing person that she can agitate into saying the wrong thing. So she can then shame them and then say, aha, left-wing people are violent, right? Aha. And then they can try to, like, ruin some left-wing person's life, over something when like, why are you even there in the first place? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, dude, when Paul Pelosi was attacked, they celebrated. George Floyd, they celebrated. My God, James Woods was posting tasteless tweets about the World Trade Center victims and blaming it on Zohran Mamdani. And, like, dude, shit is out of control, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's kind of wicked in its own way that they do that's what they do. But this is the same thing they're doing in Portland. Cam Higbee, Nick Shirley, Brandy Cruz, Katie Davis-Court, Andy No, right? They're literally all just going around to left-wing protest areas, and they're showing up and they're creating, I was assaulted. Oh, I'm going to shake my camera. And look, they're assaulting me. The cops won't do anything. Send in the National Guard. They're all, like, faking and agitating and creating this, like, bullshit content, trying to create propaganda of how violent and terrible left-wingers are and to excuse bringing in the National Guard, or we need to get Christianity in here. It's like, it's really vile. Okay, it's vile and it's funded, guys. It is funded, like heavily funded. These people are getting paid by evangelical right-wing billionaires, dark money, to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And, like, and part of me, you know what I'm saying? Part of this is, like, I just want to dip into the Taylor Lorenz thing. So part of, like, when Taylor Lorenz was doing her dark money shit, part of what made me so mad about Taylor Lorenz doing that is that there is a dark money, like, real dark money problem on the right wing, and we're not focusing enough on it. We're not focusing enough. Like we should be investigating who's paying fucking, Nick Sortor and Cam Higbee and Nick Shirley and fucking Brandy Cruz to be living in Portland for weeks and months at a time. You know what I mean? Like, somebody's funding that shit. They're not paying for that. There's daily per diems. They have like fucking crews that are handling their film and shit. This is a funded operation, man. And yeah, dude, it is surreal, Ron. I agree. All right, but now, guys, the surrealness is over. It's dance party time, okay? It's time to dance, baby. You guys got it, so here we go. Oh, yeah, baby. You like the shorts? All right. Dude, I need the shorts because 2 computers in here. It gets hot. Hot AF, baby. Right? Hot AF, boss. All right, we ready? Let's go, baby. Get ready for a little deja vu. This is where we work out all that crazy energy. Then I'm gonna go make some videos. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make some vids. Vid. Not by the hair of my vid. Let's go, baby. Whoa! Oh, wait, hold on a sec here. Did I find the troll here? I think I may have found the troll here, guys. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. So here's the deal, boss. This is a left-wing chat. Yeah. No offense to you. No offense to you, brother. But we're not here to have right-wing interlopers come in and infect our chat. This is a left-wing space. This is a countering TPUSA. This is a pro-America fighting back against Trumpism, MAGA, TPUSA, and Christian nationalism. And so if you're an interloper who comes in here and tries to infect us, you get gone, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry, buddy. No, like we don't fucking debate fascists. We're not here to fucking, right? We're not here to waste time with obstacles. All right, thank you, guys. We got it. Dude, as soon as I saw somebody extolling the virtues of Club America, dude, I'm like, homie's gonna bounce. You're welcome to watch, but you ain't gonna infect our shit, right? We are like the mRNA vaccine, boss. When we see a little bit of that COVID, we get rid of that shit. We get rid of that infection right away. All right, let's go. Are you guys ready to dance? Let's go, baby. All right. We love you, though. I do. I will say this, though. To everybody I jettison, I love you, and I respect your ability to, like, talk about what you want to talk about, and you can go start your own political channel and extol your virtues. But here, we're not here to debate. We're not here to convince you or to be infected by negativity from the other side, because I know a lot of the right-wing MAGA, they like to go into left-wing spaces and just dribble out their stuff to like bring you down and to slowly crap on your shit and to be contrarian and to soak up all the oxygen. And we don't allow that here, right? There's no oxygen soaking here. You get gone, right? We don't allow that kind of no interloping fucking, you know what I'm saying? But you can dance with me. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Time for a little deja vu. Oh, you know it.
Before illusion that I will make it out somehow.
Oh, yeah, baby. Whoa. Feels good to dance, bro. Woo. Let's go. Oh. Dude, that'll get your fucking energy up, boss. Dude. Woo. All right. Dude, another night. Another illuminating night. Yes, rug successfully cut. For sure, guys. Dude, it's good. It's good to get the fucking... Right, I like getting the blood pumping. I'm gonna get the outro music track set up so we have some good jams coming up here. All right. All right. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fucking get a good outro track. Good outro track set up. I think we're gonna go out. Yeah, we're gonna go out. Sorry, the echo's a little fucking distracting. I know, we're gonna go out with Do You Need, and then we're gonna go out with A Little Freedom. All right, guys. Dude, let's go. That's why I'm fit as a fiddle. Dude, it helps keep you in shape, right? But I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm thinking about going back to Bikram yoga, actually, right? Did I play the X-Ray back in the day in Portland? I did not, right? I never played the X-Ray. I think I was here after the X-Ray. I didn't get to Portland until 99, okay? And so at the time, the clubs in Portland I was playing in 99, the clubs here were obviously Satyricon. There was Blackbird was a super popular one. Fuck, bro. Trying to think. Yeah, I think the X-Ray was before that. Now, wasn't the X-Ray, though, wasn't it like, that was Trey Shannon's? Wasn't that one of Trey's clubs? I think the X-Ray was Trey, wasn't it? I think it was an early Trey Shannon club. And I do know Trey, right? One of his ex-girlfriends was a real good friend of mine, right? Dude, Blackbird was wild, dude. Blackbird was crazy. But there were other ones. I played, like, there was a club underneath Pine Street, right? The old Pine Street Theater had a club in the basement. And then there was an all-ages club that I don't... Meow Meow. I remember that's the all-ages one that I was thinking of was Meow Meow, right? And next to the Paris Theater was... there was something there, too. Then there was Barbati's. Dante's. We played Dante's a ton, right? Kelly's Olympian. I mean, dude, I'll have to fucking put together Dude, I played some crazy shows, though. Like Ash Street, I played a lot. My girlfriend was a bartender at Ash Street. So we used to play Ash Street a ton. And then I fucking... I used to play weird gigs, too. Like, I played at a bowling alley once, like, on a stage out in the middle of the lanes. There were, like, bowling balls whizzing by us. I played at the Belmont Inn, which was a bar that me and Jake used to work, right? I fucking jumped up on tables and shit and played quite the rock and roll there at the Belmont Inn. Those shows were fun, dude. The Belmont shows, holy shit. I kicked off a tour with the Belmont Inn show. A really good tour, too, dude. One of the best tours I ever had is the Wanted. That was good shit, dude. Those were the days, bro. Let's go. All right. But I will fucking see you guys tomorrow. Take care of your head. Be good to yourselves. Fucking find your role and do it. I already did the dance. Dude, the dance is done. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep it real. Keep it love. We're going to go out with a little bit of Do You Need, baby. Let's go. I love you guys. Thank you. Good night.
Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? I've got no place to freedom. You know I'm through with you. Your hoops are my obsessions, always jumping through. I'm so tangled, I'm so worthy. I'm just lost in my reflection. Pay attention. You never will. Victim